We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all. Well, to all mothers. All right, greetings, wherever you are, whenever you are, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Orioles will wrap up a 3-game series and will be going for the sweep against the Arizona Diamondbacks at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal Steve here, a.k.a. the BirdWatcher. People call me BW or B-Dubs, whatever works for you. Glad to have you back, fellow birdwatchers, and a big hello to all people that might be brand new to my channel. It wouldn't be any surprise. This channel's pretty new. It's only in its second month. We're about a month and a half into this thing. I started this channel up in time for the 2024 season. I've covered every game up until now, and the goal is to cover every Orioles game all season long, hopefully well into October, and to provide an environment, a community for people, fellow Oriole fans or baseball fans in general, to come together and follow along to watch the game. I know there's a lot of people out there that might not have the ability to watch the Orioles game on TV or hear it on the radio. The Birdwatcher's here to help guide you through the game, give you play-by-play and commentary, provide some stats and other information on the screen for you as well. And, of course, the Charm City chat is here, where you'll see the other Birdwatchers here in the community chatting it up together. I'll be sure to say hi to you folks here shortly. But, yeah, if you're here and you're new, give it a chance. If you like what you see or hear, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. This channel, again, a month and a half old. We are about 3/4 of the way there to that first 1,000. By the way, if you're here already, go ahead and hit that like button. While we're just getting started, might as well just get that on out the way. We got a few hours ahead of us. So there's a little thumb right below your screen. Tap it. You're going to help this channel out big. All right. Starting pitchers for today. For the Orioles, Dean Kramer will be back on the hill. He's got a winning record of 3-2, an ERA of 3.57. His whip under 1. Been a little hard-lucked. I mean, again, I say it every time he comes out to pitch. It's that home run ball that gets to him. He's given up 8 already in 40 and a third innings, but only 28 hits total. 8 of his 28 hits have left the yard. He'll give up a walk here and there, but for the most part, he'll give you about a strikeout per inning. A little bit under that pace right now, 37 and 40 and a third. Pretty solid numbers. I mean, for a guy that is either 4th or 5th considered in our rotation, you'll take that, right? All right. For the Diamondbacks, we've got a bit of a challenge. Zac Gallen, he is maturing into an ace, it has to be said. Coming off a nice start here, 4-2 record already, 2.84 ERA, 1.13 whip. He's only given up half as many of the home runs as Kramer, and that's pitching 2 1/3 less innings. But he's also given up a few extra hits. Pretty comparable numbers when you take away the home run ball between these two. The ERA does favor Gallen, but the counting numbers are pretty similar. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First pitch is only about 4 or 5 minutes away. Actually, I'm just going to have those lineups sitting right there for you to look at. I'll read through all the names and positions in a moment, but for now, your boy is just going to make sure the game is up and running. Usually Sundays are nice and smooth. No Apple TV. No shenanigans. Of course, it's 12:32 a.m. on Monday morning for your boy, the Birdwatcher. We are going for a sweep today, folks, and this is the way I look at it. We're playing with house money today. If we don't win today, how upset can you possibly be? We're coming in with a record of 26-12. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know this is the best start the Orioles have ever been off? Never been off to a hotter start than this. Their 1969 team. One of the best regular season teams ever assembled. Yeah, we lost to the Mets in the series, but that 69 team, unbelievable. They started 26-12. The 1979 team, also a pennant winner. They started off with this record. So there you go. We've been here twice before in the history of the franchise, and in those previous two occasions, we, at minimum, took a pennant. All right? That's what I want this season. At minimum, give me a pennant. It's been 41 frickin' years, people. All right, Diamondbacks lineup looks like this. Corbin Carroll is going to lead off, play center field. Ketel Marte in the 2 spot, playing second base after DHing yesterday. He's been the toughest player in this lineup so far this weekend. Jock Peterson finally gets a start with the Orioles going with a right-hander on the mound today. He'll be DHing. He's sitting just a touch under 300. Christian Walker in the cleanup spot, He'll be at first base. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in left field batting 5th. Eugenio Suarez is at third base hitting 6th. Jake McCarthy in right field. He'll bat 7th. Kevin Newman will be at shortstop. And Tucker Barnhart, the catcher, will be batting 9th. I almost said the catcher behind the plate. Yeah, it's going to be one of those nights, folks. These Sunday games, these early afternoon games following a late afternoon or evening game, there's just no normal way to get sleep in between. But I'm working on about a 3-hour sleep here. And then I'm thinking after the game I can sleep another 3. So just imagine I'm taking a little break in the middle of my normal nightly. There's nothing normal. There's nothing normal about my sleep anymore. Okay, for the Orioles. By the way, today is the weather. I'll go ahead and let you know. Taking a look at the ballpark right now. A little bit overcast, but it doesn't look too much like a threat of rain. 66 degrees. Quickly for the Orioles, as Corbin Carroll has taken some practice swings in the on-deck circle. Things should be starting here momentarily. Gunnar Henderson at short. Adley Rutschman, the DH, batting second. Ryan O'Hearn is in left field? All right. Well, if Kjerstad can do it, why not? Ryan Mountcastle, the cleanup hitter. He'll be at first base. Anthony Santander out in right field. Jordan Westburg at second base. Westy, I love you. Colton Cowser hitting 7th. He'll be in center. Ramon Urias is at third base, batting 8th. And finally, James McCann will be behind the plate, batting 9th. Folks, we are ready to go in Baltimore. Dean Kramer, again, a record of 3-2, ERA just over 3.5. This is his 8th start of the season. Again, a healthy whip of under 1. If you got a whip of under 1, you're doing well. Everything else is pretty much a case of good or bad luck. If you got a whip of under 1, you're doing what you need to do. By the way, the Orioles wearing a cap I have not seen them wear this season. It's an all-black cap with an Oriole bird with the classic bird face, the cartoon bird face, but the bird is sort of just white, a white color. It's a little hard to pick up, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of this hat. It's interesting. All right. Hey, Charm City Chat, how you doing? We're about to get started. Hey there, Peter. Hey there, Rob A. Christina, Card, thanks for being here. Help out however you can. No worries. Dennis, good to see you. Jacob is here. We got Matt back. Matt, you believe in the hat, right? We're talking about hats. Who believes in BW's hat? It is sitting right over my shoulder right now. Chris is in. Jacob, let's get a sweep. Pocket Watch, good to see you again, buddy. Fox Molnar, representing the X-Files. David in France, good to see you, David. We're about to get started. Carol, one more practice swing, and he's stepping up to the plate. Hey, Fitzy, Janet's back in the house. Rob, my friend. Plenty of familiar faces. Good to have everybody here, folks, for a Sunday tilt. Again, going for the sweep, and folks, I'm looking at it like this. We're playing with house money. Yeah, if we don't win the day, I ain't worried. We're facing the race. We already took the series. And if we were to lose a game, we're still on a pace of winning 2 out of 3 for the season. First pitch of the game is low and in for ball 1. I get it. The hat must be indicative of Mother's Day because there is that pink theme between the catcher's padding and the baseball bat Carol's using. This one's popped up on the infield. Should be playable here by Westburg. Again, Westburg, he'll just play second today. Doesn't really matter. The guy's probably an all-star, and we're just moving him around like he's just some utility guy. But Westburg, why not make the first out of today's game after being yesterday's hero? Here's Ketel Marte. He's hitting .294. 2 homers in the season, 2 homers on the... I can't get it out. 2 homers in this series, 9 on the season. Well done, BW. Wow, it's going to be a long night. First pitch is a called strike from Kramer on the inside edge. Marte batting from the left side. This is his weaker side. He is known to mash the lefties, as is this Diamondbacks lineup. But so far, we've thrown 2 lefties their way, and we've come away with a pair of wins. This pitch is fouled back, and the count is 0-2. Yeah, Marte went deep on Friday night, going into the bleachers in right center, and then yesterday afternoon hit one down the left field line for a 2-run homer that gave the Diamondbacks the lead at the time. Called strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. Emphatic call by the ump. Marte just standing there in shock. That might have been an inch below the zone. It looked like the ball was just clear of the bottom of that line of the strike zone. But Kramer gets the call. It was middle of the plate. Maybe an inch low, though. All right, I'll be honest. It was an inch low, but we got the call. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch is outside to Jock Peterson. Peterson, not known for his average career. He's been in the league about a decade, but again, coming in today, batting .299. There's a called strike. Another low call there. Boy, if we're going to keep getting the call, keep going there. Umpire seems to be ready to give an inch or 2 below the zone. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just getting started here, folks. Sunday afternoon at Camden Yards. Top of the first. 2 down. Nobody on. 1-2 count on Peterson. Oh, I forgot to tell people how to do that. I'll do that between the next half inning. That's usually what I bring up at the start of the ball game. This one is low, and the count even up at 2-2. That's right. We are playing with house money. I love playing with house money. Pitch is swung on and fouled off to the left. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jock Peterson. And the next pitch is on the inside edge and called strike 3. Boy, this zone is going to be an inch wide all the way around, apparently. That was questionable. I mean, looked like maybe a stitch or two had the zone, but most of that ball was outside. Well, inside to the batter, but outside the zone. Strike 3 for Kramer. At the end of half an inning, it's the Diamondbacks nothing and the Orioles coming to bat. How you doing? Baxter, Brad Fisher, Rob Bay. I do have Westy. Folks, you got to admit, it wasn't just yesterday where I was like, oh, Westburg, you just blew my mind and you were the hero. You're my favorite. No, I've been on the Westburg train. Been hyping Westy up. I can see it. Your boy is a bird watcher, all right? You can't see the binoculars. They are invisible, and they're permanently attached to my face. I'm constantly watching, okay? And your boy's been watching every plate appearance from Jordan Westburg, and he's made up his mind. The dude is good. Right. Yeah, regarding the best way to enjoy watching along with the bird watcher. Here's the deal, folks, if you're new. The odds are, if you are watching on your TV with the volume down, your game is not going to be synced up. We're going to have to do a little bit of work to fix that. You might have noticed it there in that top half of the first. So what you do is take that remote in your hand. When we get going here in the bottom half of the inning, as soon as that first out is made in the inning, pause the game right at that moment. If it's a throw somebody out at first, strike out, pop up, caught, whatever it might be, whenever that moment happens, pause your game. Let the bird watcher then catch up, make that out call. Then you unpause your game right after I say it, and you're all synced up and good to go for the rest of the night. All right, here we go. Gunnar Henderson in at the plate, and the first pitch is fouled back 0-1. Gunnar batting .278. Hit his 12th homer of the season yesterday. That's tied for the major league lead. And he's got 27 RBI. Yeah, David, there's just no way to do it. There's just no way to do it. I mean, if there is, let me know, but I don't know how to do that. This one is a check swing off the bat of Henderson, and it'll go foul. The pink bats are the order of the day today in celebration of Mother's Day. One-two count. This one's low. 2-2. Yep, all stars aplenty to think about for the Orioles. Adley, Gunnar, Westy, Mountie. And then who do you want to add in there after that? I mean, we've got one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. You got to at least have maybe one starter and maybe a reliever thrown into the mix. How about that bullpen yesterday, folks? 6 1/3 shutout innings with 1 hit, no walks. Unbelievable. Payoff pitch called strike 3. And that was fair. That one actually had the zone. Nothing for Henderson to complain about as he goes down looking. Here's Adley Rutschman DHing today. I was actually expecting him to get the full day off on this day game after a semi-night game. He did go 0 for 5 yesterday. Between that and the 0 for 5, I thought maybe they might just give him the full day off here. This one's outside. But you know Adley. He wants to be in the lineup. I think he's only had 1 full day off so far this season. He's hitting .306. 1-0 pitch on the ground, right to the second baseman. Marte over to first in time. And that'll do it. Oh, no, it won't. That's 2 outs. Steve, drink more coffee. All right. Diamondbacks defensively. Gurriel in left, Carroll in center, McCarthy in right, Suarez at third, Newman at short, Marte at second, Walker at first, and Tucker Barnhart behind the plate. Gallen's first pitch now to Ryan O'Hearn with 2 down, nobody on, is outside for ball 1. O'Hearn batting .294 with 5 homers, 13 driven in, OPS over 900. Looking good. This one's lifted in the air. but it's not going to have any kind of distance on it. Just the first ball hit to the outfield with any kind of something on it. Got a little excited. Your boys needs to adjust. It's just going to be a routine fly ball to right to end the inning. O'Hearn flies out, and we are done with the first. Going to the second, no score here in Baltimore. Hey, Narniak, how you doing? Happy Mother's Day to you and yours. Hello, Carrie. How is everybody doing? I'm sipping on some Indian coffee tonight. That's right. I had some Indian food for dinner. Really tasty stuff. And they had this stuff on the menu called milk coffee, and I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Let's see what kind of coffee you got. This doesn't seem to pack too much of a punch, but maybe it'll sneak up on me. Decent flavor, though. Decent flavor. Hey, folks, by the way, a lag check? Sure. Here, folks, type in this number as soon as I say it, and then we'll get an idea of the time between me and you. The number is 4. Type in the number 4 as soon as humanly possible. Rob, it almost is a pink bird on the hat. It's sort of like it looks white, really, or even grayish. But I think if you look at it close up, it's got a pinkish hue to it. There you go, folks. 4s across the board. And if you haven't typed in the 4 yet, if you haven't heard me say it yet, then the odds are the issue is on your side. You were at the game yesterday, B Ravens won, and it was electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Yeah, I mean, these Orioles this season, we've played, 37 games? 38 games. I'd say out of 38 games, maybe 5 of them have been kind of, this game's not really that exciting. Yeah, the other 30 whatever, I've probably lost some weight from anxiety. All right, Walker will lead it off here for the Diamondbacks. He'll be followed by Gurriel and then Suarez. First pitch to him is ball 1. Next one is fouled back off to the right. Walker batting .273. Solid numbers, solid player. Hey there, Dennis. There's something amusing I should point out, too, here in a sec. This one's off the plate outside. Yesterday, I had made a point to tell people in chat, hey, if you want to get my attention, the best way to do it is to @mention me, and it'll pop up orange on my screen. I noticed back on the replay, this is a called strike at the bottom of the zone, and the count even up at 2-2 on Christian Walker. I noticed back on the replay, checking my audio levels and all this stuff. It was right at that moment I had brought that up. And then 2 people had mentioned me. Swing and a miss. High pitch. Out of the zone. Chased by Walker. And Kramer strikes him out to begin the top of the second. Yeah, I could see, what was I talking about? I've already forgotten what I was talking about. Here's Gurriel Jr. It's just... my brain is mush doing this stuff at these hours. Here's a called strike right in there from Kramer. He is not messing around, Dean Kramer. He is throwing strikes. 0-1 pitch. That is off the plate. 1-1. Yeah, I was about to make a point and then I forgot. There's going to be a lot of that tonight, folks. Stay tuned. Pitch. Popped up. Playable for Santander out and right. Few steps to his left. He's got it. 2 down. Santander with the high pink socks. Looking sharp. That is on fleek. Oh, games that were not fun to watch and stuff. Yeah. There haven't been too many. It's been but again, even the games we've lost, most of those have been exciting. I mean, they may not be the result you want, but it's not like we just sat there and watched us get crushed from start to finish. Here's a check swing, and the batter has gone around. Here's Eugenio Suarez now. First pitch after a check swing is strike one. 2 outs here in the second. Kramer throwing just his 21st pitch. And a swing and a miss from Suarez, chasing a slider off the plate. Kramer's got him 0-2. Man, Dean looks ready to pitch today. The consistency from these starting pitchers. I know Means wasn't on fire yesterday. Called strike 3, 94 on the outside corner at the knees. Dean Kramer is dealing. Folks, he's a croupier. He knows how to deal. We go to the bottom of the second. No score in Baltimore. That's right. Dean Kramer is a croupier. I'm calling it. This dude knows how to deal. But yeah, 6 1/3 innings of no run, 1-hit ball from the bullpen yesterday. I mean, how blessed are we? Everywhere you look. Everywhere you look, there's an Oriole doing something pretty good. All right. Terrible start to my singing career. Hey, here's tonight's sub situation. This is a bit of a something. Guys, yesterday we ended the ball game somewhere in the 740s. And then about, 8 or 9 people said, you know what? I don't want to be on the train anymore. Lost a lot of subs. I mean, you can see the evidence here. Only 8 people after yesterday's ball game. That is not the pace we were on. Now, I know we can't maintain this pace forever. But that doesn't mean I can't set my sights on a goal of maybe, 750 today. Can we get 15? Can we make yesterday's 8 subscribers look like an aberration? And get back to that 15 a day pace? Let's get to 750. That is 3/4 of the way to 1,000. That is what I want today. Let's go. Yeah, I know a lot of people do, after they watch the game, they will unsubscribe because they just want the ability to be able to chat. In order to chat, you have to be subscribed. And you wonder why your boy sets it up that way. Well, now you know. Here we go. Bottom of the second. Ryan Mountcastle. What a day he had yesterday. A couple of doubles and a triple. First pitch, ball 1. Next one from Gallen. Had the plate but was low. 2-0 on Mountie. And folks, don't let a 2-0 count pass you by with a guy like Gallen on the mound. Take advantage. This one's way off the plate. 3-0. All right. Again, you're facing a good pitcher, and you know how we've been against starters in general this season. For whatever reason, normally it takes us a while to break through. This one just catches the outside corner. Umpire might have given him an inch there. 3-1 the count on Mountie. Batting .288 at the moment. This one's lifted in the air on a 3-1 pitch. Not the best contact there. It's just going to be a high, lazy fly ball to shallow right field for McCarthy to make the catch. One down here in the bottom of the second. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who tied up the ball game on one swing in the bottom of the 8th when the chips were down. Get those taters in the chat, folks. It's Anthony Santander. First pitch to him. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Tony with his typical big hack. Batting from the left side against the righty Gallen. Next pitch, I should say, is low for ball 1. 1-1 on Santander. He's hitting .217. Not impressive, but it's about 15 points higher than he was maybe about a week ago. This one's hit on the ground right at the first baseman. Walker with the Shore gold glove over there will take it to the bag himself to retire Anthony Santander. 2 away. Bases empty in the bottom of the second. And folks, get hype in the chat. Get on your feet and applaud. I don't care. Jordan Westburg's at the plate. The anointed one. First pitch to him is low and away. Breaking ball. Westburg lays off. That's right. Let's jinx Gallen's bid. Here's a breaking ball drilled but foul. Westburg out in front of it. Just a split second away from hitting that hard between the lines. 1-1 the count. Here's the next pitch. Another one of those breaking balls. A curve, not a slider. Westburg able to foul it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless. Though I understand some consider 0-0 a score. In fact, I think technically it is. But we are scoreless, if that's okay with you. This one's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Westburg. That's right. Yeah, if Westburg's not your favorite player, I know he's been climbing the ranks for people. But he's my boy. I called him first. I got dibs. This one's outside and the count runs full. So Westburg works a full count. And if nothing else has made Zac Gallen work a little bit here. And here comes the payoff pitch. Outside ball 4. Jordan Westburg. All he does is everything. He was on 2 strikes. He doesn't mind. I've never seen a person more comfortable at the plate with 2 strikes in a long, long time in an Oriole uniform. Colton Cowser. Cowser just 1 for 8 in the series so far. First pitch is up and away for ball 1. 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Gallen. Cowser hitting .265. The Milkman has got his buddy Westy over there at first. It was Westburg that drove in Cowser to win the game yesterday. How about you return the favor, Colton? This one's way off the plate outside, 2-0. And Tucker Barnhart is going to come out and have a chat with Gallen. What's wrong there, buddy? I thought you were one of the top pitchers in the National League. What, are you feeling a little pressure? What's the problem? There's no pressure. All you're trying to do is keep your team, avoid them from getting swept. 2-0 to Cowser. This one's lifted foul behind the plate, off to the left side. Man, those bats are pink. I mean, they look like they've been dipped in Pepto-Bismol. 2-1 the count. Check on the runner. Westburg back in with a slide. Westy's a smooth operator, Sade style. If you expect me to sing that line, you're sorely mistaken. The BirdWatcher knows where to draw the line. The 2-1. Breaking ball. Beautiful pitch there from Gallen. Catches the bottom of the zone. That ball started outside, then broke over the plate, and then hit the bottom of the zone. Nasty stuff. 2-2 count. Westburg at first. He'll be off with any contact. And there's a check on him. That's a second check, I believe, in this at-bat. So maybe Westburg will get an even bigger jump. If the count goes full, it won't matter too much. He'll be taken off no matter what happens. All right, the 2-2 to Kowser is reached for in a broken bat, grounded to second. Boy, that bat came back toward Gallen. Second baseman Marte makes the play, and the Orioles are going to be retired. Westburg reached with a walk, but is left on. No hits in this game yet after 2 innings from either side. We head to the third, 0-0 in Baltimore. And Brady Anderson. Loved Markakis and Brady Anderson. David's got a thing for the lefties. Oh, my. How are we doing? I need more coffee. I might need that lucky break here sooner than later. At the end of 2, what am I supposed to do? Oh, yeah. I wanted to tell you guys, I'm working on upgrades. Guess what I did? I went and ordered a couple of things that should be delivered here in the next couple of days. I've bought a ring light, the classic YouTuber, streamer sort of lighting gear that once I set up here, hopefully not going to be right up in my grill, but should provide some more professional style lighting, especially during these dark nights where I'm depending on fluorescent light to light up this image in the corner of your screen. I know it's low quality. And folks, oh, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. The sub-screen, folks. And look at that. One's already left. I feel jinxed by the sub-screen right now. Whatever happened yesterday and now already today has got your boy concerned. And here's the deal. I've been thinking about it, and I'm wondering, the people who are here, they understand what's going on with the sub-screen. They understand that most of a ninth inning, this is what you're going to be looking at when you're following the BirdWatcher and not this. Maybe I need to stop doing that, because if new people are coming in and they see that, they might not like it. Here's a first pitch pop-up on the infield. Gunnar Henderson will make the catch. A quick out. That was Jake McCarthy popping out on the first pitch. So yeah, guys, look, I've got the hat. Don't ever count out the hat in terms of the power it has. The Orioles magic. It is dosed in Orioles magic. Kevin Newman at the plate. First pitch to him is a called strike. Kramer just going after hitter. But yeah, the sub-screen, guys, I don't know if I can go to it with any sort of regularity anymore. Here's a ground ball in the hole. Gunnar with a tough play. Long throw. Got him. Man, he's making these plays look easy. These plays in the hole that for a lot of guys, they don't even have the arm strength. Never mind the range. Never mind the accuracy. I mean, Gunnar making it look easy. 2 down here in the third. 8 up, 8 down for the D-backs so far. Here's Tucker Barnhart. Batting from the left side, but if memory serves, he's a switch hitter. I think he might have become a lefty exclusive hitter at some point in his career, but he was a switch hitter at least at some point, if not still. This is a called strike. 0-1 the count on Barnhart. Why do I know this? From playing too many video games, because this is a guy that I would normally draft as my second catcher. Because I remember I'd look at him and go, oh, switch hitter, huh? All right. Got a little bit of experience. I'll take that for my backup. 0-2 the count on him. Kramer upstairs, top of the zone, missing only by an inch. I mean, Dean is painting. Yes, that was a ball. But on an 0-2 pitch, what a perfect pitch that is. Do I think Henderson is going to hit a home run? What, today? There's a called strike 3. Bottom of the zone. Kramer, 9 up, 9 down. He cannot be touched right now. I tell you what When these O's pitchers get into a dominant mood, I get excited. Do I think Gunner's going to hit a home run today? I don't know. He's just got as good of a chance as anybody. Again, Zac Gallen, not really known for giving up too many home runs. But he's also facing the team with the most home runs. Something's got to give. All right, bottom of the third coming up. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Orioles. Urias, McCann, and Gunna. Tomorrow, the Blue Jays come to town. And, folks, that's something I'm going to want to do between innings at some point in this ball game is take a look at the pitching matchups and the start times and get myself mentally prepared for Toronto, a division rival coming to town. First time we'll face them this season. We've seen the Yanks. We've seen the Sox. Yet to see the Blue Jays or the Rays. We've played the good ones. And by the way, our record against New York and Boston so far this season, how does 6-1 strike you? Not bad. How many strikeouts does Dino have right now after just a couple of 3 innings? How about 5? How about he's on pace for double-digit strikeouts? Dean looking great so far today. Grayson had a 30-pitch rehab session today in the bullpen. Reports are that he looked good. All right. Well, the best way to look good is to not have a setback and come out of it feeling okay. Maybe they delay the free stream. Is this game free for MLB.com today? All right, Urias is going to step up to the plate. This is his first start in the series, I believe, right? It's been Mateo out there at second and Westy at third. Here's a Baltimore chop, and it's dropped by the catcher, but it's a foul ball. I say dropped. It wasn't, it was a chopper. Hit right into the ground, but he dropped the bounce. But it was a foul ball, so no harm, no foul. I guess you can't say no harm, no foul when technically, yes, there was a foul ball. So no harm, foul, I guess. New expression. 0-1 pitch to Urias. Outside, 1-1. Ramon batting $189, just a homer and 3 RBI. It's not too pretty to look at, but hey, let's see what he can do for us today. He hits one right back up the middle on a couple of bounces. Marte, that ball sort of handcuffed him when it got to him. He's got a bit of a smile on his face after throwing out Urias at first. Marte was shaded right by that second base bag, and that's where that ball was hit. One out here in the bottom of the third. James McCann at the plate, hitting .224. Look at all the hearts. I'm feeling the love, folks. I am feeling the love on this Mother's Day. This one's fouled back. I wish I had something pink to wear for the occasion. I mean, I guess I could slap myself until my cheek turns pink. This one's fouled off. It's not fouled off. It's not fouled off at all. That pitch is way off the plate. That's the off part. Other than me, the pitch was off. And so this one is out of the zone. 2-1 on McCann. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the third. Pitch. Pop foul behind the plate. 2-2. All right. Underwear. Besides underwear. See, I've already forgotten what that is in reference to. My memory, I'm like the Chat GPT version of BW tonight. You're watching an AI version of me. I hope you don't mind. Here's a call at strike 3. That had plenty of the plate. McCann looks at a fastball, and he goes down on strikes. 2 down, nobody on. Back to the top of the order for Gunnar Henderson. What, Brad? What? This one's popped up. Gunnar on the first pitch. Can of corn out and left for Gurriel. And the inning is over. My goodness, we got a pitcher's duel, folks. Goose eggs across the board. There's only one player between these two teams to do anything, and everybody's had a chance. And you know who that one player is? It's Jordan Westburg. He has a walk. Nobody else has done a gosh darn thing. We head to the 4th. Boy, if this is a 3-act play, that first act smelled like butt. Just a bunch of zeros. What is this? Drop that 0 and get with the hero. And that hero is Jordan Westburg. I know, folks. I know. I'm ashamed to look at the sub count screen today with my antics. Hey, I got one back. Again, breaking even. Even Steven, they call me. I've made a career out of breaking even. My God. I'm feeling lucky right now. I got to be honest. I'm feeling lucky. Yeah, I'm calling it. All right, folks. I'll be right here. Oh, I guess out-of-town scores. Are there many going on at this point? Cubs are already ahead of the Pirates 2-0, bottom of the 3rd. Red Sox up 3-0, bottom of the 2nd over the Nats. Scoreless between the Jays and Twins after 3. Top of the 3rd, no score in Detroit with the Astros. Yankees already out ahead 2-0 on the Rays. But hey, they lost last night. By the way, folks, we are 3 games ahead of the Yankees in the loss column. That's where it counts the most. It's a 2-game lead, I think, or it's a game and a half lead, but all intents and purposes, well, they've played 3 extra games. What, they expect us to lose those 3 extra games we got left to play? Of course not. We'll win 2 out of 3. And even if we only won 1, we're still better. Here's Carroll. First pitch is inside as we begin the top of the 4th. There are probably a few more scores to go over, but I'll get to them in a little bit. Carroll's average down to 193. This one's drilled in the right field corner, and that is down for extra bases. Carroll can run for days, but luckily Santander is able to get it back in without any trouble, holding Carroll to a leadoff double. Well, there you go, folks. Perfect game over, no hitter over. Time for Dean Kramer to lock in. And this is the thing with Kramer. He looks so good. And then he'll give up a solo shot here, an extra base hit there. Maybe one inning where he gives up a couple of runs. But in general, pretty darn good. Okay, Marte at the plate, and he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Marte looked like he wanted to hit the flag court on that swing. He struck out his first time up. Carroll at second, nobody out. I mean, between the speed and the fact there's nobody out, the Diamondbacks, from their perspective, they better cash this run in. So it would be huge if Kramer could figure out a way to get out of this. That'll take the wind out of the Diamondbacks' sails. There's a called strike inside corner at the knees. Another nice location from Kramer, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Marte. The 1-2 upstairs. You could tell that was where that pitch was going to go before he threw it, as McCann sort of popped up out of his crouch a little higher in preparation of that high pitch. Jock Peterson is on deck. 2-2 count on Marte. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Swung on and missed. Kramer is dealing. Folks, yes, the double. What's the best way to respond after giving up a leadoff double. Strike out Ketel Marte. Carroll still at second base with 1 out. Here's Jock Peterson. There's a check on the runner and the ball gets away. Oh, what a huge mistake. Kramer sort of spiked that throw low, trying to check on Carroll, and instead of trying to keep him close, we give him third base now with less than 2 out. Oh, a huge mistake there from Kramer. All right. Things just got a little tougher in terms of trying to get out of this unscathed. The pitch is up and away. That's the first pitch of the at-bat to Peterson. Up and away for ball 1. Carroll at third. Only 1 out. Scoreless game here in the top of the 4th. That just saw the first hit between these two sides. Leadoff double from Carroll. The 1-0 from Kramer. Breaking ball low. 2 balls and no strikes. The infield is playing up. First and third are even with the bag, but the middle infielders are up. This one's low, 3-0. I tell you what, I don't want to give in to Peterson. A walk here wouldn't be the end of the world if we believe Kramer isn't going to get things out of control, because that would set up a double play ball and bring up a right-handed bat. Well, there is a called strike, bottom of the zone. That makes the count 3-1. It's one of those situations where I don't think you try to put Peterson on. But, you know, don't give him anything good to hit. And if you walk him, it's not the end of the world. This one's fouled back. All right. After 3-0, count full now at 3-2. D-back Snake Watcher. Well, if Snake Charmer, that might be better. But see, we've already got the Charm City chat, so yeah, I basically own the rights to everything. Tell me about this D-back Snake Watcher, and I'll sue. I'll send a cease and desist. What is this? McCann's got something in his hand. Is that one of those little devices for? It's like a ear device. I thought that was something only the pitchers wore. We've got an equipment issue here with McCann and a timeout going on, and I'm probably going to go ahead and light up a Lucky right now. I'm not going to sit here and wait for this equipment thing. Folks, I'm still around. You'll hear my voice. It's time for a Lucky. Okay, a payoff pitch to Peterson, ready to go. 1 out, runner at third. The pitch is in the dirt. Ball 4. So there you go. Peterson got ahead 3-0. Kramer got the count back full, but end of the day, Peterson gets the walk. First and third with 1 out. Christian Walker at the plate. And while, yes, you get the righty now instead of the lefty, and yes, there is a double play situation to help you maybe get out of this without that runner at third scoring, Christian Walker is no slouch. And he's been pretty quiet for the most part in this series. He's had a couple of hits, but hasn't done too much damage yet. Fingers crossed, obviously. This one's lifted foul behind the plate for strike 1. With runners in scoring position this season, you can understand why Walker is an RBI machine. He's hitting .341. Also has drawn 13 walks. First and third, one out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Walker chases one in the dirt. And the count now 0-2. Folks, come on. I know there's only one out in the inning. But this is a big moment. You got Walker 0-2. You've been striking people out today with frequency. What's one more? The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped foul off to the left. We'll do it again. Okay, another 0-2. McCann setting off the plate outside. This one is lifted in the air and deep. This is trouble going back on the track near the wall. Making the catch. Corbin Carroll will be able to tag easily and score to put the Diamondbacks on the board. But boy, that was close. Colton Cowser backed all the way up to the center field wall to make that catch. Two away now, a runner at first base. Walker with the sac fly. Carroll scores the run. You figure if we can keep it right here, we got to take it. That'd be 4 innings, giving up 1 run. And other than that double, Kramer looking good. Here's a breaking ball, stays high for ball 1. To Lourdes Gurriel Jr. 0 for 1 so far today, hitting .244 at the moment. One 0 pitch, fouled off to the left on the ground. One ball and one strike. 2 down, top of the 4th. Arizona has scored the opening run of the ball game. I say opening because I'm hoping there's going to be more runs for us to come. Gurriel pops this one foul. Back off to the right. 1-2. One more strike to get us out of this 4th inning. Kramer's next pitch is fouled back again. Still a ball and 2 strikes. There's a shot of Mike Elias in his typical bad posture pose. I tell you, he sits like me in a chair. Never sits with his back up against the chair. He's always leaning forward. Called strike 3. Wow, what a location there by Kramer, man. Bottom of the zone, outside corner. Sit down, Gurriel. All right, Kramer, add another strikeout to the total. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Diamondbacks get a run. They lead 1-0. All right, it's time for the offense to wake up. We've got some good players coming up. That's usually the case, as long as the 8 and 9 hitters aren't involved. It's usually a nice situation. We got Rutschman, O'Hearn, and Mountcastle due up. Santander if anybody gets on. Maybe I should try and look at the rest of those out-of-town scores here if I can. Where did I leave off? Let's see. No score between the Guardians and White Sox. That's going into the bottom of the 2nd. Just getting started between the Cardinals and Brewers. No score. Coming up later, we got Texas at Colorado. The Reds out in San Francisco. Kansas City out playing the Angels. Dodgers will be in San Diego later. Oakland will be in Seattle. And tonight's Sunday night game, the Braves playing the Mets. All right, there's that. Let's get that Yankees score up here. Still 2-0 Yankees after 3 innings. All right, Adley Rutschman. He's due, folks. 0 for 5 yesterday, 0 for 1 today. That, for Adley, is a major slump. There's a breaking ball. Perfect from Gallen. Just perfect. On a first pitch, you don't want to swing at a pitch like that. I mean, that is outside. Just tailed back over the outside edge at the knees for called strike 1. Here's a weak swing at a low pitch, and Adley's in the hole 0-2. Just like that. Okay, the 0-2 pitch. This one's lifted in the air to left off the end of the bat. Lazy fly ball. Doesn't hang in the air very much, but just not a whole lot on it. And it's right at Gurriel. For out number 1, Rutschman flies out to left. 0 for 2 today. Gallen, in his last outing, went 6 innings, gave up just 1 hit. Didn't give up a run. He did walk 3 guys. Struck out 6. Ryan O'Hearn, first pitch off the plate outside, ball 1. He flew out back in the first. Here's a breaking ball. This one's hit softly to second. Charging is Marte. He'll scoop it up and throw to first in time as O'Hearn goes down. Man, Gallen is cruising right now. By the way, he's throwing his fastball a couple miles an hour harder than his average. 92.5 on average for his fastball today, averaging about 94.5. Mountcastle at the plate, 2 down, nobody on. First pitch to him is outside. And the 1-0 clips the outside edge for a strike, 95. Again, the heat from Gallen. One pitch. That one's laid off and a called strike. Come on. Mountie laid off that breaking ball. The whole point of that pitch is to get people to chase it out of the zone. He lays off and they call it a strike. Get out of here, Blue. 1-2 pitch. And now Mountie has to offer at it to stay alive. He is able to foul it off. 1-2 the count. Yeah, my friend, did you see that ump call? Come on. What are you supposed to do with a breaking ball that's designed to make a chase? You don't chase, and they call it a strike anyway off the plate. Come on. Oh, Mountie with a crazy swing and a pitch up and in. Not even close. Gallen blows Mountcastle away to win the inning. Woof. I mean, woof. We are through with 4 innings here. The Orioles nary a hit. Nary a hit. Going to the 5th, 1-0 Diamondbacks. My goodness. All right, folks, enough's enough. I mean, 2 things are going on right now. One of them's happening before I come on the screen, and the other thing will be me coming on screen. Let me know if you see anything different about the BirdWatcher. Wait, what's this? Huh? What? 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 Where did this come from? Who put this on me? The hat. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen enough. I can tell already. I'm going to the well early. the hat. The hat can't get it done every time, folks, but so far the results have been nothing short of spectacular. What can I tell you? It's all about the hat. It'll be Suarez, McCarthy, and Newman due up for the Diamondbacks in the top of the fifth. Kramer's given up one hit. Unfortunately, he's losing right now. Hey, if you're just joining the BirdWatcher here since the start of the game, just a reminder to all the lovely ladies out there, happy Mother's Day. Where are all my Huns? There's a swing and a miss. Kramer going right back at it. Gets Suarez to whiff at a pitch to begin the top of the fifth. Next one is a breaking ball outside, laid off by Suarez, 1-1. Pitch count not an issue yet for Kramer. He's at 53 right now. This one is lined in the left field, a base hit. That one's going to get down. It's going to be a long way to get it in the left field there for O'Hearn. Suarez is going to be able to make it to second. Another leadoff double for the Diamondbacks. Second inning in a row. The only silver lining is that the speed on second isn't nearly as good as it was when Carroll led off with a double in the fourth. But Suarez is on second base with nobody out. Second hit given up by Kramer. Both doubles. Jake McCarthy at the plate. He lays down a bunt. Is it fair? They go to third, and they throw it away. Please tell me it was a foul ball the whole time. It was. Thank God. I didn't realize they went ahead with the play like it was still a live ball. A bunt attempt that looks like it hit in foul ground before going into fair territory. Thank goodness, because McCann threw that ball away. All right, 0-1 the count. Let's see if McCarthy is still thinking about bunting. Nope. He's swinging away this time. Lifts one into shallow left field. Could be trouble. Gunnar races it down and throws it back in to make sure no thoughts about moving up to third by Suarez. Gunnar Henderson sprinting out into the left field. No man's land. A long run. And he didn't have a time to camp under it. I mean, he caught that on the fly. Gunnar Henderson covering some serious ground. One away here in the top of the fifth. Hello, Newman. Kevin Newman at the plate. First pitch is outside for ball one. I swear, having Gunnar Henderson at short's like having an extra player out there on the left side of the infield. There's not too many holes to get through with Westburg and Gunnar. Of course, Westburg playing second today. But in general, that left side of the infield looking sharp. This one's fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Newman. Oh boy, the Yankees are up 4-0. The 1-1 pitch. This one's hit hard right at the left fielder. It's going to drop in front of him. Suarez will have to hold up at third. The ball comes back in. But here we go. The Diamondbacks have another rally going here. First and third and only 1 out. Kevin Newman with a solid single. I mean, that's worrisome. If Newman's going to square up a Kramer pitch. Newman. First and third, one down. Tucker Barnhart at the plate. All right, here's the deal. Number 9 hitter, catcher, 0 speed. Let's get a ground ball double play and get out of this. There's a first pitch strike. Inner half of the plate, bottom half of the zone. Barnhart hitting just .211. Again, he's the backup catcher to Gabriel Moreno. This one's in the dirt, 1-1. Suarez at third. He led off with a double. And Newman with a single is on at first. One down. 1-1 pitch. Another bunt attempt. This ball well short of the plate. McCann did well to corral that wild pitch from Kramer. Not a wild pitch in terms of being wild on the scorecard, but I mean that was a wildly thrown pitch that McCann was able to keep from making anybody move up. Okay, 2-1 the count on Barnhart. Let's not get any more balls in this count. Let's get a strike in here. Setting up on the outside corner is McCann, but first a check on the runner at first. Newman back in. Newman. The 2-1 to Tucker Barnhart. And another throw. So back-to-back checks on the runner at first. And that's all we can do. Now Newman may be able to get a little extra jump, knowing that Kramer's not likely to check on him again. The pitch is hit on the ground, foul off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One more strike on Barnhart. I want a strikeout or a double play, please. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. Here comes the 2-2. Upstairs, 3-2. Well, we are pushing it to the limit here. 2 runners already on base. A full count. Top of the order, Corbin Carroll on deck. We need to get something positive out of this pitch. The payoff to Barnhart. Swung on and fouled away. We'll do it again. I tell you what, there's something about the scorecard right now, folks, that's freaking me out. We got to go over here for a minute. I'm sorry. I said it. I know. We won't be here too long. I won't hang out on the sub screen for 10 straight minutes at a time. But right now, 3-2 pitch once more is low and in for ball 4. Final episode of Seinfeld aired today. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, 26 years ago. God, it's been more than a quarter century since Seinfeld's been off the air. Yeah, I'm old. Here's Drew French coming out to have a chat. Now the bases are loaded. And not only are they loaded, Corbin Carroll coming up. Not an easy guy to double up. The best thing we got going for us is that he's been struggling this season, but he does have a double today. His average is still below 200 after that double. Ducks on the pond for the Diamondbacks. Carroll versus Kramer. Here we go. First pitch. Up and in, and it's a called strike. The ump. Thank you. I'll go ahead and cancel out one of your bad calls against us with that one. That's a huge first strike, and that could have been ball one. Next pitch. This one's hit softly to third. Can we go home? No, it's safe. The foot's off the plate. McCann could not keep his foot off the plate on the force play. Urias throwing home. What's going on? Between Urias and McCann, we could not get that force. We had the time. Don't do this to me. Show me a replay. Tell me, say it ain't so. Urias with a bad throw. No, his foot's on the plate. What are you talking about? What do you mean his foot's not on the plate? Hold on. What do you mean? Are we challenging this? There's a delay of some sort. The umpire. Yep, we're having a replay review. I don't know if it's a challenge, though. I didn't see a challenge called. It is under review. And remember, folks, we need that indisputable evidence on our side. I tell you what. All McCann needs to do is have just a aglet of a shoelace touching that plate when he receives that ball. And if your boy finds it hard to believe he didn't touch, what are you saying, my friend, that the runner is definitely safe? I mean, I'd like to see more replays rather than just stare. Okay, here we go. The foot, okay. Let me see where this foot is. I mean, okay, it is. Wow, McCann just could not keep one cleat touching that plate. It is off the plate by a millimeter. Oh, God. The call stands, the run scores. Man, that's ugly. I mean, man, just keeping that foot. I mean, and if Urias' throw was a little more accurate, too. I mean, we're cutting down the runner at the plate. Instead, nobody's out. Right? Yeah, bases loaded still. One out still. We got nothing out of that. Ketel Marte's up there now with the bag still juiced. 0-1 the count. This one's upstairs, 1-1. 2-0 Diamondbacks in the top of the fifth. And again, I'm just, not saying so far so good with the sub screen, but just get me through this inning, please. This one's lifted in the air. This should get us out of the inning, I think. I don't know. Kowser's going back a long way. He chases it down. I say get out of the inning. There's not 2 out yet. Steve, wake up. All right, look, a sac fly is going to make it 3-0. All the other runners move up a base. There's 2 down now. And your boy needs to be slapped in the face. Shall I slap myself in the face as a punishment for my crimes? I feel it's deserved. Are you screaming, yes, let me slap myself? Why are you so emphatic about it, my friend? Do you enjoy watching others in pain? Oh, boy. Jock Peterson, first pitch is inside. 2 runs in for the Diamondbacks. They're now ahead 3-0. And it feels like a huge lead with the way Zac Gallen's going right now. Oh, man. Wow. Okay, this one's fouled off to the right. Count 1-1. I get a free pass. All right. Is it a weekend pass? One and one the count. The pitch to Peterson is foul back. 1-2. Oh. Jesus grew up. I thought Jesus was still a kid at heart. The 1-2 to Peterson. Called strike 3. Kramer hits the inside edge. All right, Dino, look. This has been a tough outing for Kramer. I don't know what to say. I mean, yes, he's given up a couple of doubles. This particular inning, he had to throw a lot of pitches, but at the same time, I mean, he was like 9 up, 9 down through the first 3. He gets the strikeout here. I mean, a bit of a mixed bag, but right now, the onus is on our offense, you know? Kramer could give up 1 run. It wouldn't matter at this point. We've got no hits and 2 errors. This is the ugliest box score your boy has seen all season, and I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. I'm done tolerating. Yes, we never make it look easy, David, but the only way I can put a positive spin on it is when you're getting to the playoffs, no game is easy there. So if we're used to winning games that aren't easy, to me, that's good experience. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, how can he complain with Kramer? 3 hits. How many strikeouts now? Like 8? Whoops. Uh-oh. Look out. Yep, 8 Ks. 8 Ks. Santander, Westburg, and Kjerstad. And let's hope if we get a rally going, these 3 guys can get it going quick, because after that it's Urias and McCann. So right when you want some good hitters coming up in a big rally, you know, somewhere in the 4 and 5 hole, we're going to have Urias and McCann. And a little too early to think about pinch hitting or anything like that. So this is going to be an inning where I got to think one of Urias or McCann is going to have to deliver something unexpected to help keep this rally going. Here's Santander leading off. First pitch is up and in for ball 1. Yeah, Dennis, and again, folks, I said this at the top of the show. I will say it till the cows come home. No pun intended, Colton Kjerstad. Next pitch, bottom of the zone, called a strike. Inch or 2 low, but at this point, everybody should be aware that the zone is about an inch or 2 wider on all sides. This one is surely low. 2 balls and a strike to Santander, leading it off here in the bottom of the 5th. Let's just chip away. We're still at a point now where we don't have to get it all back. We can chip away. Swing and a miss. 2-2. I don't know why they're playing the bugle charge right after Santander swung and missed in a game where we don't have a hit yet. That's not when you play the bugle. You got to wait for something like ball 2 or something. Oh, hey, ball 2. This one's in the dirt. That'll run the count full on Santander, leading it off here in the bottom of the 5th. Westburg is on deck. What, is there some sort of double entendre with that? This one's going to drop in left center field for a base hit. Santander is thinking about 2. Here comes the throw. He's in standing. That ball can only get into the cutoff man. Santander with a hustle double. He's up to 10 doubles already this season. There you go. All right. I told you we needed these guys to do something immediately, because here comes Westburg. We need to drive this run in with Westburg and Kjerstad, the next 2 batters. Otherwise, we're talking like a 2-out knock from Arias or McCann. Here we go. Jordan, you're my boy, Westburg. First pitch is in there for a strike, 95. Plenty of the plate. Not what Westburg was looking for, I guess. He walked his first time up. Santander finally got us on the board with a hit. Now let's get a run. Here's a line drive. Left field. Get down, baseball. That ball's going to roll all the way into left field, into the corner. Santander trots home. Jordan Westburg, RBI double. He's my favorite Oriole. Jordan Westburg gets it done again. And the Orioles are on the board. I told you this rally needed to get going early and often. And what has happened? Back-to-back 2 baggers. And we've finally gotten a Gallen. Folks, trust in the BirdWatcher. Trust in the hat. Trust in the subscreen. Trust in everything that I do and say. Okay, wait a minute. That last part, that sounds a little dangerous. Forget the last part. Here's Kjerstad. Inside. Look out. Kjerstad has to spin out of the way. All right, folks. A second run is a must. A second run is a must because there's still nobody out and Westburg's already at second base. A second run is a must. Come on, Kjerstad. This one's upstairs, 2-0. 2-0 on the Milkman. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The Diamondbacks ahead 3-1. Nobody out. Runner at second. And the 2-0 coming to Kjerstad. Swung on him, fouled back behind the plate. That's right. And if I remember correctly from Meet the Parents, cats have milk, right? Gallen's pitch is reached for by Kjerstad and fouled off. On a 2-1 count, Kjerstad with a swing like he was protecting with 2 strikes. Not the best swing. Folks, if you're just tuning in my channel for the first time and you're going, boy, I came here to watch an Orioles game. Why am I staring at the number 737 on a black screen? It'll all make sense if you hang around. The 2-2 pitch to Kjerstad. Here, we're going to step off. We're going to step off and look Westburg back to second base. Nobody out. You cannot milk a duck-billed platypus. They have feet like a duck, but they're furry. They're part of my wildlife treasury. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kjerstad, come on, buddy. You got to make contact here. You got to do something to move that runner up. I want that second run in. Kjerstad strikes out on a pitch that fell off the table. All right, now we get to that part of the order where we go, can we get something special between Arias and McCann? There's 1 out. They're both going to have a shot. Arias is first, and the pitch to him is off the plate outside. Oh for 1 is Arias today. So much will be forgiven for his slow start if he can cash in Westburg here. This one is fouled back behind the plate. 1-1 the count. That might be the greatest charge I've ever gotten out of these vocal cords. I mean, the pitch, that was pitch perfect. Got beef? 1-1 the count on Arias. What happened? Swing and a miss is what happened. Or a called strike. I couldn't tell. The game froze and then popped right back on as the umpire indicated strike 2. So 1-2 the count. Westburg out there at second base. The pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Come on, Arias. Serve it, buddy. Serve it somewhere. Go with the pitch. Go with the pitch. Gallen up to 65 pitches. So he's still got plenty left in the tank. A 2-2 to Arias. Here it comes. Swung on and fouled back. That was in on the hands. Too close to take. It was about an inch or two inside. Arias able to foul it away. Keep the at-bat alive. McCann out there on deck. We need one of these two lighter hitters in the lineup to come up with the big hit. The pitch. Outside, and Arias able to lay off. Good eye there, buddy. Good eye. Gallen was trying to paint that outside corner. Maybe wanted it an inch or two off, thinking the ump might give it to him. But Arias wisely lays off. Full count. I'll take a walk. Barnhart out to have a little chat with Gallen. I say little. I figured this would be one of those 5-second little discussions, but they're having a bit of a chat. Did Westburg just sit down on second base? I don't know. If there's a meeting on the mound, maybe he decided to take a little rest. He's standing on the bag right now. We're in the bottom of the fifth, folks. The Diamondbacks ahead 3-1. The Orioles got one run in. They need one more, at least. Pitch. Swung on. Pop foul behind the plate. Oh, I'm sorry. What's the punchline? It's a joke. So, what's the punchline? I'm just having fun, my friend. All right. Full count pitch. Inside. Ball 4. Well done, Ramon Urias. Well done to draw a walk off the tough Gallen. Long at bat. Well, all I'm asking McCann to do is not hit the ball on the ground on the infield. Barnacle, we got to get through a couple of more batters before Adley gets up. I tell you this, if Adley is up in this inning, we're in good shape. Because I think that would mean at least one run would need to be in. Oh, wait a minute. No, there'd be one out and then one more. Okay, there would be 2 out, bases loaded for Adley. That is a potential. McCann fouls the first pitch back, scaring the bejesus out of a fan in the stands sitting behind the plate. They are very happy about the screen between them and that baseball. 0-1 on McCann. First and second, 1 out. Come on, McCann. Pitch is fouled back. Man, that's 2 swings where McCann wasn't close to squaring up the ball. Only able to foul it away. We need solid contact here. Preferably not on the ground. The 0-2 swung on, lifted in the air to left, but right at the left fielder. Man, oh man, right to Gurriel. All that space out there in left field. And McCann can only hit it right to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. for out number 2. All right, folks. Look, we've got one more bullet in our gunner. Okay? Like I said, the tough part of this rally Nope, nobody tagged. Wasn't deep enough. Gunnar Henderson. The man we need. The pitch is inside for ball one. Urias at first base represents the tying run. Gunnar, the potential go-ahead run at the plate. Gallen up to 73 pitches. Here comes number 74 on a 1-0 pitch. That one's lifted in the air, left center. Come on, get down. No, it's caught out there by Gurriel in the gap. Gunnar nearly finding the opposite field gap, but the angle just wasn't quite there for us. Gurriel able to track it down to win the inning. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We got a run. We got a couple of hits. Folks, baby steps, I guess. I don't know. There's still a lot of time left in this ball game. We got a run on the board. You got to start somewhere. All right? We really should have gotten two, though. We really shouldn't gotten two after Westburg was standing out there at second base and nobody out. Uh-oh. Is your boy's cursor stuck again? Oh, no. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. I will not be having any weirdness with the cursor. Oh, yeah, folks, I have a Discord. I'll drop the link in for it. Folks, when you're not here with the BirdWatcher, there's a place to go if you want to keep talking baseball anytime. Right here. Join the Discord. There's no commitment. There's no anything. There's not much of a registration thing. Just come up with like a profile name and you're good to go. You can send your boy a direct message. You can chat it up on the message board, whatever you want to do. Upload your favorite Oriole highlights. Hey, you know what I was listening to while I was drifting off for my 3-hour sleep tonight? Was another one of those classic baseball on the radio games. Orioles versus the Senators back in 1971 at RFK Stadium. And I want to mention a really funny little part of that ball game I heard. But I'll wait until, well, first batter is going to call for time before we even get started. Yeah, somewhere around the second or third inning, the batter at the plate took a swing, and on his backswing, the bat came flying out of his hand and went into the crowd, as you, I'm sure, have seen happen before. First pitch is low to Christian Walker, leading it off here in the top of the sixth. So, yeah, 1971, a player loses the bat into the crowd, either just above the dugout or near the dugout. This pitch is a called strike. Another extra inch credited by the umpire for Kramer. 1-1 the count. Let me get through one more pitch and I'll tell the rest of this not that interesting story. This is a breaking ball up and in. 2-1. So, yeah, the bat goes in the crowd. Somebody obviously there to, either catch it or pick it up. And the announcer was going, oh, that goes to a fan in the stands. This one is low, ball 3. 3-1 on Walker. So the announcer's like, yeah, that normally here the players will go to the dugout, retrieve another bat, and trade it in to get that bat back. The 3-1 pitch is a check swing foul, and the count runs full. And the announcer then goes, but he doesn't seem to want to give up the bat. In fact, he's getting up out of his chair. He's trying to run away from the security. This guy had the bat, didn't want to give it up, got up out of his chair and started hauling back toward the concourse, just trying to get out of the stadium with the bat. Payoff pitch is fouled back. And it's still 3-2 on Walker, leading it off here in the top of the sixth. And then you get an update about a minute later with the announcer saying, turns out that fan with the bat, He was not even sitting in the seat he was assigned to. This one is swung on and missed. Walker goes down. Give Kramer another strikeout, why don't you? Why not? So, moral of the story, I didn't know going all the way back to 1971 that people were so, unruly at the ballpark. You would think, oh, you've lost your bat. Here, have it back, Sonny. Oh, here you go. Here's a fresh bat for you. Now, some guy just went nuts. This one's low and away to Gurriel, 1-0. One out here in the top of the sixth. After that pitch off the plate, McCann coming out to chat with Kramer. Well, it was in D.C., David, to be fair. It was at RFK Stadium. But I've been to RFK Stadium plenty. But, I mean, come on, 1971? I know. Middle of the Vietnam War and all that. Nixon, Watergate right around the corner. If it was like 5 years earlier, I feel like, the Kennedy era or earlier, it would be like, oh, please take back your bat, sir. I've never seen it. Look, I'll put it this way. I've never heard or seen that happen in my 46 years and change. Whenever that happens, I've seen a couple people be stubborn enough to say, no, I don't want to give the bat back. I've never seen somebody try to take off with it running out of the stadium. That seems a little crazy to me. 1-0 the count on Gurriel. This is off the plate outside. Count is now 2-0. Bases empty, one down, top of the sixth. Diamondbacks 3, Orioles 1. Hey, so was I, Dennis. You mean for the 2004 or 2005 Nats? I was at the first game at RFK there. I was very lucky. I was up in the, what do you call it? Mezzanine area, that little section with suites and the broadcast booths and all that. This one's at the bottom of the zone for a called strike. I remember Livan Hernandez was on the mound for the Nationals. They were playing the Diamondbacks, these very Diamondbacks. Craig Counsell was the first batter at the plate. I was there. This one is low and away. Kramer issues a one-out walk. We'll see what's going on here. 87 pitches. I'm sure the Orioles have activity in the bullpen. Gurriel on first base, one out. Here's Eugenio Suarez. He doubled and scored back in the fifth. This one is fouled off to the right. And the count is 0-1 on Suarez. You saw Randy Johnson pitch? That's good. I got to see Nolan Ryan pitch at Memorial Stadium. This one is low. Back in 1990 when he was on the Rangers. One and one the count. Kramer holds the ball. And now a pitch. There's a called strike, 1-2. Gurriel at first. Here's the next pitch. That's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Nolan Ryan was a freak. Let's be honest. I mean, even pitchers going back to the old days, throwing 9 innings every other day, they would probably be impressed with Nolan Ryan's ability to pitch like, I mean, how do you throw that hard? 200 and, actually, that was back when 300 innings. Ryan pitched an error where you're still going like 300 innings. Here's a swing and a miss. Suarez goes down. Kramer, is that double digits? 10 strikeouts for Kramer. We're not even through 6 innings. I mean, take away the little part where he's struggled and it's been dominant. What can you say? It's kind of like how your boy is. Yeah, I do something bad here or there, but for the most part, I'm doing pretty good. I make a mistake. This one's high to McCarthy. 2 down, runner at first. McCarthy 0 for 2 today. Gurriel still there at first. Oh, no. I see something, and there you go. This ball's lifted deep to right field, down the right field line, and onto the flag court. A 2-run bomb for Jake McCarthy. And just like that, this Kramer outing, what can you say, folks? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Kramer pitched a bad game, but he's given up 5 runs. I don't know what to say. I mean, how many pitches has he thrown today? He's thrown 96 pitches. I swear, 90 of them have been pretty darn good. But the 6 that haven't have really hurt us. You'll say he pitched a bad game. 10 strikeouts? Less than a hit per inning? I mean, you know. You got a lot, man. Some of you guys want so much from people. I mean, yeah, the stat line is going to say, yeah, first of all, 2 of the runs are earned, all right? Only 2 are earned at this point. Let's not forget that. His ERA is actually not really gone up. Here's a called strike to Kramer, to Newman. 2 down, bases empty. The Diamondbacks now ahead 5-1. And folks, again, if we don't come away with a win today, we were playing with house money in this game. We clinched the series. We knew we were facing their ace, so offense might have been tough. That's right. Kramer is pitching to Newman. Make your jokes now. This one's off the plate outside. Full count on Newman. Yeah, half a game ahead, but still 2 games ahead in the loss column. And we've got 3/4 of a season to go, and we're still on pace to win 108 games. If we lose today. We're on a pace to win 2 out of 3. That's 108 and 54. Is anybody in my chat right now disappointed with a pace of a season where we go 108 and 54? Anyone? I didn't think so. Brandon Hyde is out to take Kramer out of the ballgame. C&L Perez will come on. Tucker Barnhart is due up next. I mean, come on, folks. I mean, sometimes I see some of these comments like, what's going on here? What's this? What's that? What a terrible outing by Kramer. Folks, this pitching staff, I mean, how spoiled are you guys? How bad has Orioles pitching been in general for the past 40 years? Take Mike Mussina out of the equation, and in general, how bad has Orioles pitching been for the past 40 years? You know the answer. So don't get spoiled, okay? All right, Kramer didn't frickin' pitch a perfect game. I get it. I still say he should come out of this with at least some positive takeaways, right? I mean, come on, folks. Yeah, I'm scolding. Particularly you, my friend. Yeah, I'm not even us. Just you. Nobody else. You're the only one I'm scolding. Just you. My friend. Come on, folks. What did I do? I don't know. What does anybody? That's what I ask half the time. My parents yelled at me. What did I do? Yeah, Janet. Well, you see, blame Janet, everybody. Jeez, it's Janet's fault for walking the dog when she did. What about yesterday's bullpen? Like, look, can we just sit here and talk about 6 1/3 innings of one-hit ball from the bullpen yesterday to get us that win? Cionel Perez is out to pitch his 7th appearance of the season. He's only pitched 4 2/3 innings so far. He usually comes out only for a couple of outs. A bunt attempt, bat brought back by Barnhart. What is he doing up there acting like he's bunting with 2 out? He's not bunting. 0-1 the count on Barnhart. All right, well, you know what? Don't invalidate mine either, because my emotions say some of you people might be a little bit spoiled. Yeah, we got a good team. It doesn't mean it's going to work every gosh darn day. A wild pitch gets away. Runner's going to move up to second base. All right, so scoring position now with 2 down. The 1-1 to Barnhart's in the dirt. McCann keeps this one within reach. The runner at second stays put. I am your safe space, my friend. I'm telling you, folks, I am giving you the sort of optimistic overall outlook you should be having. Because, yeah, we're going to lose games. They'll happen. You got to set your sights on the big picture. This one's inside. And the count 3-1. I mean, folks, your boy's a motivational speaker. I've been pumping you guys up. There's been a few games this year where the chips were down and everybody was ready to give up, and we came back and won the game. And I'm not saying I'm the reason. I'm just saying that have some faith. Here's ball 4. 2 on, 2 out. Carroll's on base. Or excuse me, Carroll's coming up to hit. That was Barnhart that drew the walk. What is Perez doing coming into the game and walking Tucker Barnhart? There's something to get. All right, there's a chopper. Shortstop, Henderson. Not in time. Wow. That was Gunnar maybe not understanding that Corbin Carroll's speed is as good as it is. Gunnar, a little too lackadaisical that time. Went to his left, sort of casually, throwing over. Carroll beat it out. Too casual, Gunnar. Too casual. Bases loaded, 2 down. First pitch is hit on the ground and through to the right side. A base hit. 1 run's in. Another run's coming around. Here comes the throw, and it gets away from McCann. 2 runs score. And the Diamondbacks have busted this one open. Folks, all right. It's a stinker today. What are you going to do? I'm prepared for it. I can deal with it. We're going to lose today in all likelihood. In all likelihood. I'm still not saying no. It's only the 6th inning. This offense is too good. Gallen's not going to be out there for 9 innings. We'll see what we can do. Look, I'm saying our percentage chance of winning this game is very, very slim, but it ain't 0. And if it ain't 0, your boy don't give up. But I am already dealing with the stages of grief, coming to terms with what's happening today. All right. First pitch here is upstairs for ball 1 to Randall Grichuk, who's on the pinch hit for Jock Peterson. Next pitch is low, 2-0. Acceptance and then, yeah, that's all I want to say. If people want to complain, I just like to see a little bit of a balance. Say, hey, this stunk, but hey, at least this is going on. You know what I mean? We've had a couple of people in chat that I haven't seen around in a while. Maybe I know why. Who almost seem to have nothing but negative things to say every single time. What's Mullins doing there? What's Hyde thinking here? Just folks. All right, this one's outside. 3-0 the count. Yeah, I mean, this is a bad game. C&L Perez can't find the plate right now. He came in and walked Tucker Barnhart for some reason. The 3-0 pitch. That one's drilled. Yeah, this is a game to forget, folks. Over the head of O'Hearn in left field, up against the wall. More runs are coming. A pair, in fact. And it's 9-1. Folks, we might as well just crap the bed and get it out of our system. You know what? I mean, the Diamondbacks could wind up outscoring us for the series when you add up all the runs between the 3 games, but what matters most is that we take 2 out of 3. And that, again, is your boy teaching you folks how to look at things. This is an ugly game. It's an ugly game. All right? And it doesn't look like they're even interested in taking Perez out. At this point, we probably want to try to keep the moves in the pen limited with our eyes ahead on the Toronto series. There's nothing humiliating going on. Yeah, we're getting our butts kicked today. It happens. We'll be all right. I don't know what else to do. Have I said 2 days ago, hey, the Orioles are going to take 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks, but we're going to lose the game where we face their ace? I feel like everybody would be like, okay, I can work with that. It's just that we're living through that one loss. It's happening now. We're watching it. Christian Walker takes a called strike on a curveball, 0-1. He's 0 for 2 today. This one's a check swing, and I guess he got that fouled off. The runner's coming around as if it's just a wild pitch. But, yeah, I don't know why he decided to come all the way to the plate. He's going to turn back around and go back to his base. I didn't see. Oh, it looks like. Well, wait a minute. What did happen there? That ball was not touched by the bat unless it bounced off the dirt and then hit the bat on the bounce. But how's that a foul ball? It's already hit the dirt. I don't know. 0-2 the count, 2 down. A lot of runs in. 9-1 Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch. Bottom of the zone. That ball's been a strike all day today, but not now. Why tighten the zone now, ump? Why suddenly have a tighter zone in a blowout? Does that make any sense? Albert Suarez is getting loose. David, do you want to be that fan? By the way, David throws a nasty sidearm wiffle ball, folks. Do not mess around with David in France. Hey, let's get Rubenstein out there. Let's get Mr. Splash on the mound. Can we do that? He's sort of in uniform. Swing and a miss. Perez gets a strikeout, and this nightmare inning is over. This nightmare inning is over. Folks, the Diamondbacks put up a bunch. A big old bunch. 6 runs. It's 9-1 Arizona. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, folks. It's you know. All right, at this point, it's AMA time. Ask me anything. What do you want to talk about? What's on your mind? Some local flavor in and around Baltimore or Maryland? Hey, BW, seen any good movies lately? Read any good books? Try any Luckies? Yeah, it's a bad day. It's a bad day. It happens. I mean, look at this. Look at the subs today. It's been a slog. I want to say thank you to the 6 people that have signed up today. It's not been pretty. I don't know. What defines a heat wave, David? A heat wave, because I've been here now, about 3,000 days or so? And I'd say out of 3,000 days, maybe 5 have been under 86 degrees, 87 degrees. It's usually like 90, 91 here on a normal day. Sometimes it gets really hot. Hey, B-dubs, ever been stuck in stop-and-go traffic there and thought between the heat and the smog you might lose your mind? Yes, my friend. That's why I gave up driving altogether. I honestly, I can't stand. I remember when I was young and like anyone else getting their license, getting that first car, driving around, the freedom of the road, being able to drive to see shows in different cities and stuff. Oh, it was fantastic. I loved it. But there came a point where I couldn't take it anymore. I can't take it. Can't take traffic. Can't take people's attitude out on the road. They're either not paying attention or they're being a jerk. It's one of the two. Adley Rutschman is at the plate. Bottom of the 6th, leading it off. Zac Gallen still out on the mound. 0-1 pitch is up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rutschman. The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Wow, he went down and got it. That ball's going to fly into the flag court. Adley Rutschman. A swing that you'd never think you'd get a home run. Bye-bye birdie. Adley Cadabra. Rutschman waves his wand and finds the flag court for a little dose of Orioles magic. Hey, we're down big, but we're still in the ball game. 9-2. I mean, he was down on a knee. There's a called strike to Ryan O'Hearn. But what is that? Is that like a mist on the field? Why does it look like it's a... There must be like some... The lens on the outfield camera must be smudged. Makes it look like it's raining out there in the middle of a bright sunny day. What is going on with that outfield camera now? It looks cloudy. All right, Ryan O'Hearn fouls one back. Count is 0-2 right now. Hey, Rutschman went deep. This one's hit opposite field for a base hit. Ryan O'Hearn follows up with a single. Nobody out. Nobody out. Hey, David, I want $8 more dollars sent today. Let's get something happening here. That's what I'm saying. Think about your boy here. It's the middle of the frickin' night here, people. Down big. Do I sound like I'm ready to phone it in? I ain't phoning nothing in. Here's Mountcastle. There's a called strike. I look like a slider. Excuse me, a slider. I'm going to need a lucky break here. I got the hiccups. Maybe I waited too long. Can't have a lucky break with the hiccups. 0-1 pitch. That one's hit on the ground. Big hop to third. Suarez to second for 1. To first. Double play. Well, that took a little wind out of the old sails. Base is empty now, 2 down. Well, the O's just don't quit in general. You know? They don't quit. Again. These are professional baseball players. They get it. No matter what level they've been at, they understand they're going to lose. It's going to happen. But you don't just stop when you're losing. Anthony Santander. 1 for 2 today. He doubled and scored back in the 5th. That's right. Here's a check swing foul behind the plate in the count 0-2. Your boy's going to go off screen now. I need a lucky. I just do. All right. The 0-2 to Santander. Well, wait a minute. Well, it looks like he's been retired. He grounds back to the pitcher to win the inning. Anthony Santander with a comebacker, and this inning is over. The Orioles get a run back, but it doesn't quite help after trying to match the 6 runs we just gave up. I mean, take that 6 run away, and now we got a 3-2 ball game, but it's 9-2. Oh, boy. What is going on with this now? What are you doing? Behave. Behave. I tell you what, if it's not one thing, it's another. Oh, happy Mother's Day, folks. Look, the Orioles may lose, but appreciate your moms. That's what matters today. Appreciate your moms. All right. It's a tough day today. Really appreciate you guys being here, though. Really appreciate it. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Bill, have I seen you yet today? Good to see you. Hey to everybody. I do want to get up the Toronto, I don't want to make people think like I'm just giving up on the game, but I already said it earlier. I do want to kind of at least look at what the first pitch start time is going to be, pitching matchups for the first game tomorrow with the Blue Jays. Where are my luckies? And the Yankees are up in the 8th. All right. Well, you know. Top of the 7th. Albert Suarez, of course. Now he's got another hat to wear. He's going to be a mop-up guy. Again, he's pretty much pitched in every scenario you can think of. He's going to try to mop this up. First pitch is outside for ball 1 to Gurriel. Next pitch is a check swing, appeal, no swing on a pitch low and away. 2-0 the count on Gurriel, who's 0 for 2 today. There's a called strike, outside edge, 2-1. Is my cursor giving me trouble again? Okay, there it goes. This one's reached for and fouled back. Gurriel helped out Suarez on a pitch well off the plate outside. Count even up at 2-2. And the next one is reached for and swung on and missed on a pitch low. Suarez strikes out his first batter. And there you go. Here's Suarez on Suarez. Get yourself a heaping helping of some Suarez in this at-bat. Ground ball. Urias will field it and get it across the diamond in time. 1 pitch, 1 out on Eugenio Suarez. 2 down in the inning. Albert Suarez. If there's some crazy Orioles magic, hopefully Albert can keep these D-backs done for the day. We're going to need double-digit runs to win this ball game. Good Lord. All right, there's a called strike to McCarthy. Next pitch, check swing, but that caught the outs. Oh, it's a foul tip. That must have just grazed the bat. Count is 0-2. Glue that broom back together. It's never too late. Although good luck with a glued back together broom. This one's hit to left field, down in the corner, and out of play. It's going to be like putting the leg lamp back together from A Christmas Story. You're going to take one swipe of your glued together broom and it's just going to crumble into 15 pieces. This one's outside. 1-2 on McCarthy. That's a major award. Well, you don't expect him to send me a whole goddamn bowling alley. This one's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And yes, your boy's more than fine with just doing quotes from the old man from A Christmas Story for the next 20 minutes. All right, the 2-2 is down below the zone, ball 3. The age stats? David, we're a bunch of old fogies. You got a problem with it? You're old too. I don't want to hear it. Your days of youth are over. And this one's hit on the right side. Second base. Westburg has it over to first in time. Suarez comes in and gets 3 outs. Oh, yeah. Look, I run an old school channel, all right? Again, my presentation, this is like pirate radio. Yeah, go ask a millennial or a Gen Zer what pirate radio is. I'm like, what? Is that like Captain Phillips or whatever? I'm the captain now. What are you talking about there, BW? No do you have a TikTok? Because my breath could be a little fresher. Do you have an extra TikTok? That would be my response. 39 and holding. What do you mean, people here? Is that it? Wow, I can understand. Why would people want to? Wow, I show people in the 60s, 62, 55. Hey, how about we get the likes up to 50? I mean, come on. Your boy is sitting here coming up on 3 a.m. and a tough game to watch. Oh, Janet's age. I'm sorry. Janet, a spry 39. Yeah, keep holding, Janet. Hold at 39 and just pause. Do not proceed. 30-something. Oh, my God. All right, looks like we're going to have a pitching change here for the Diamondbacks. Zac Gallen's day's over after 6. He gave up 2 runs on 4 hits. Oh, boy. All right. Coming back on the screen here for you. Going to see this game through. Your boy will be 47 on May 21st. Hey, thanks, Bill. But you done did, hon. You done did. Oh, boy. I tell you what, whenever you hit 40, that's right when that age, when you start watching all these athletes and you realize, oh, no, I'm older than everybody now. I'm older than all the players that I'm watching. What happened? Oh, it happens to all of us. What are you going to do? What's the delay here? Oh, by the way, 7th inning stretch. Get the cakes on the griddle. Shit. Man, I tell you what. 7th inning stretch is over, but there's some cakes. All right, Jordan Westburg to lead it off. First pitch is ball 1. Next one is called a strike. It's inside, but whatever. 1-1 the count. Westburg has a hit today, a double that scored Anthony Santander back in the 5th. This one's low, 2-1. Something's going on in the Oriole bullpen where it looks like they're sort of, I don't know, the area of the pin is being what's the word I'm looking for? They're moving stuff around back there. There's some maintenance issues going on in the bullpen. I guess that's the best way to put it. 2-2 the count on Westburg. And here's the pitch. He lays off 3-2. That one started off the outside corner and then broke way off the plate. Westburg knew to lay off. Hey, Booty. Booty, there's not enough booty out there to smack right now. This one's hit on the ground. Third base, Suarez over to first. In time, Westburg retired. One away here in the bottom of the 7th. Diamondbacks up 9-2. Yep, that's another sign there, Bill. I tell you what. Colton Cowser. He's at the plate now. He's 0 for 2 today. This one's up and away, way off the plate. Oh, by the way, Bowman, Matt Bowman is the new pitcher. I think I failed to tell you that. A right-hander. One 0 pitch, up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. I saw in my crystal ball that Rutschman would hit a homer, but I had no idea the Orioles would be down by 8 when it happened. Well, that's the deal with those crystal balls. Boy, everybody's walking out. Is it starting to rain or? Yeah, I see hoodies going up on everybody. So now we've got a little bit of rain to work with as Cowser fouls this one behind the plate. So if there wasn't enough already for this Orioles crowd to endure with today's game, now it's the weather. Cowser asks for time. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Base is empty. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Cowser chasing one inside. 2-2. Yeah, folks, if this goes into a rain delay, I'll keep my camera on. You'll see, I'll point it over toward my bed. I'll just be sleeping over there. Somebody yell at me. I'll wake up if the game comes back. This one's high for ball 3. I can't sit through a rain delay at this point. Are you kidding me? Full count on Cowser. Urias is on deck. Well, that's the secret, Barnacle. The only way we're going to get back in this ball game is you just keep making more guacamole, okay? Get back in the kitchen. Start mashing up some avocados because we need runs. I appreciate it. This is off the plate outside. Cowser draws a walk. We need base runners. I mean, right now, I'll take all the walks. Give me walks and then just one big hit. Get us back in the ball game. Urias walked in his last at bat. He's 0 for 1 otherwise. First pitch to him is way up and in. Urias goes down to his butt. And there is definitely rain coming down. It's so interesting how certain cameras can really pick up the rain while other cameras, you can't tell it's raining at all. This is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. I was off celebrating Mother's Day, and then I come home to this. Who are these guys wearing orange and black? What have they done with my Orioles? Well, cantankerous, it's just been a tough day. But like I said before, I'll say it again. We're playing with house money today. Coming in with a record of 26-12, winning the first 2 games of the series, facing the Diamondback ace. We lose today, we're still winning 2 out of 3 for the year. On pace to win 108. I can handle it. It's all about being able to take a loss like this and putting it behind you. And by the way, when I say take a loss, again, I'm never counting my boys out. Never. It ain't over till it's over. I've proven it many times. We went down 5-0 in Boston. People were giving up. I said no way. 1 or 2 other examples that aren't coming to mind right now, but yeah. King Pookie Nation. Welcome, King. Now, see, from this camera angle, it looks like Hurricane Sandy right now. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, softly. First base, Walker, with a careful flip to Bowman to get the out. Wow. And, yeah, from this angle, it looks like a downpour. Holiday's starting to heat up in AAA. Yeah, I've seen the headline. I mean, it's funny. Not even a week ago, I remember seeing the headline, Holiday struggling down in AAA. Now it's Holiday's hot down in AAA. It's amazing what a few games can do. This one is low and away to Ryan Mountcastle. Or excuse me, Mountcastle. James McCann. There's an M and a C in the name, so kind of close. What can I tell you, folks? Your boys are running on fumes. 1-0 the count on McCann. Runner at second, 2 down. This pitch is off the plate outside. Thanks, Baxter. Yeah, folks, I mean, your boy's got to deal with a game like this from 2 separate perspectives. This one's hit softly to short. McCann, not too much speed going down the line. The shortstop able to make the play and throw him out to win the inning. 7 innings in the books. The Orioles down big. 9-2 Diamondbacks going to the 8th. 345 with 10 doubles. I need some Indonesia. I need coffee from another planet. Something with some healing properties. I need to heal after a game like this. Man, oh man, oh man. I mean, folks, just to give you an idea, Randall Grichuk in the 6th had a 2-run double. He didn't even start the game. That was a pinch hit. And that one pinch hit has produced as much offense as this entire Orioles team through 7 innings. That pretty much tells you the story. We've got as many errors as runs, but it used to be 2 errors to 0 runs, so I guess things have improved. But yeah, this is not one to look to for inspiration, I would think. Oh, boy. I should get up and stretch. I should. Give me just a 1-minute stretch, folks. I'll be right here. Kinda. I'm kinda here. right. Time to break out some tie stick. Cantankerous, you don't know how accurate you are. I mean, the plan for me is to just conk out on the bed as soon as I sign off, because there's only going to be about 3 hours of darkness left before the sun comes up. Here comes Suarez out for another inning of work. I mean, not only is he mopping up, he is mopping up in the rain. Albert Suarez. I don't think anybody wants to be out on the mound right now, but there's one guy who says, give me the ball, I don't care. It's this guy. First pitch off the plate outside. Newman having to wipe the bat dry between his legs after every pitch. I mean, the rain is really coming down. This one's popped up behind the plate. I mean, it is pouring out there. And the people left sitting in the stands. I mean, look at this camera angle. I feel like I'm in the middle of an automatic car wash. Upstairs, 2-1 on Newman. They are obviously not interested in pausing this game. They want to get it over with. There's a called strike on the outside corner. So, yeah, go ahead and assume, even though it's already been a pretty wide zone today, anything close, the ump is ready to call a strike. 2-2 the count. Up and in. Look out. Out of the way, Newman. I mean, and by the way, these newer jerseys that are cheaper, boy, in the rain you can really tell. I mean, the jerseys cling to their. I mean, it's just such a cheap jersey. Look at the wrinkles in Suarez's jersey. Unbelievable, these jerseys. This one's tagged. Can it do anything in the rain? Backing up near the wall. It's off the wall in Baltimore. My goodness. You got to think Newman. First of all, that's a home run in any other park. And then secondly, it's probably a homer here as well if it weren't for the rain. And now, will we have? Are you really going to pause this game, ump? The ump is walking off. The players are walking off the field. A rain delay? No! 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 Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on. No. Come. Man, what did I ever do to my mom? Mom, I'm sorry. What did I do? What have I done to deserve this? Here comes the tarp. Good Lord. All right. It's time for BirdWatcher AMA. That's right. Let's just turn this into a Reddit session. What do you got for me? What's on your mind? Good Lord. What else can I answer for you? No politics. Thanks. Trust me, I got my opinions, but I also have common sense. Story time? Would you like a story? Well, let's see. Are there any good baseball stories I have? Hey, you know another game I got to see during the Memorial Stadium years, those last years at Memorial Stadium when your boy was just starting to fall in love with the team. 1989. 1989, I'm pretty sure that was the season. Your boy went out and saw the Kansas City Royals in town over on 33rd Street at Memorial Stadium. And a fellow by the name of Bo Jackson playing for those Royals. Folks, you should probably already know where I'm going with this, because this is one of the most outstanding athletic plays anyone will ever see, and your boy got to see it live when he was 12 years old and swears to this day that he watched something supernatural happen. Deep fly ball out the center. Jackson makes the catch near the track, and his momentum takes him to the wall, and he just starts walking up the wall and walking sideways along it. Just sort of a semicircle walk up and down the wall after making the catch. Just something your boy's never seen before or since. It's a fly ball out and just a little run up a wall right after. You guys know the play I'm talking about? Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. You want to get your moms on the phone? Maybe I can open up the Discord. We can just have a chat. Although I don't know how much more of my computer memory and stuff can do that. Good God almighty. Okay, this is one thing I'm going to do right now. We're going to take a look at the upcoming series with the Toronto Blue Jays. All right? Okay, Pocket Watch. Thank God somebody knows what I'm talking about. You say everybody knows, but nobody said nothing. Okay, let's look at this schedule here. Wasn't a huge crowd at that game, maybe 18,000, something like that. So I was one of maybe 18,000 or so people to see that play happen in real time with the naked eye. It was something else. Hey, Fitzy, how you doing? Fitzy, look, if you had to wait this long to find the Orioles getting beat bad, all right. It took a month and a half, but congratulations. Here you are. Go ahead. Have at it. Give us the business. All right, here we go. The Blue Jays series. Burns, Bradish, and Irvin are going to be your three scheduled starters, going up against Jose Barrios, Chris Bassett, and Yusei Kikuchi. And folks, brought this up the other day. You look at these opposing starting pitchers we got coming up. Kikuchi, the only lefty. The only lefty. After that, we got the Mariners in town. You got Miller, Castillo, and Kirby. And then we head out to St. Louis. Lance Lynn, former Oriole last season, Kyle Gibson. We'll be facing off with him coming up. Wait, that's the May 21st game. My birthday game is the Kyle Gibson game. Okay. Stay tuned for that. And then Miles Mikolas, or Mikolas, I always pronounce that wrong. He'll be on the mound for the Cardinals in the final game of that series. So yeah, starting pitchers are all lined up for the next 10 days, 9 or 10 days. Four-game series out against the White Sox. White Sox had the worst record in baseball for most of the beginning of the season, but they've run off like 4 wins in a row or so. And that game's going to be there's a Apple TV game with the White Sox. Get out of here. Get out of here. You say Kikuchi? I don't know. Kikuchi? Did I say Kikuchi instead of Kikuchi? Sorry. It's frickin' 3 a.m., my friend. Don't come at me. Tomato, for crying out loud. It's Kikuchi. You're right. I might have said Kikuchi. I've also slurred about 87 other words tonight. It's gonna happen. Oh, my goodness. You know what? Your boy might just work on crafting up this special lucky right here on the table. Might as well get to work on this thing. All right. Hoochie coochie. I'm your hoochie coochie man, okay? Hang with me. I'm working on something right now. I got a project going on. Hidey, 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 hi. Odie, 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 oh. Heedy, 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 hee. Hidey, 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 hi. Odie, 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 oh. Skibbity-dee, skibbity-dee, skibbity-dee. What's up? No Cab Calloway fans here? No, I'm really offended. Yeah, keep firing those questions off, folks. I can tell. Exciting times here. Unbelievable. I've been through a 5-hour rain delay. You'd think I'd give up? This is just going to prove just how dedicated and stubborn of a guy I am. I don't mind at all. Odie, 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 oh. Did we just become friends? Well, you're my friend, my friend. You kind of made it happen without my consent. You just made your name my friend. I can't even help it. You're my friend. How many siblings do I have? I have the perfect nuclear family. One older brother, one older sister. I was the third kid. The third kid born in the 70s, which meant parental supervision was non-existent. In that me generation, the parents were wanting to party. Man, oh man, oh man. I tell you what, my parents' generation never had it better. Do you have a setup where you can take phone calls and or Zoom calls? It'd be great for rain delays. Yeah, Pocket Watch on the Discord. It might take a little bit of practice to kind of get used to pulling it off, but I've done it as a guest on other people's Discord. There's a camera built right in. Yep, I'm the baby. BW, my wife said you are working too hard. There's no such thing, Bill. I got all of my death to sleep. I'm up. Plus, you know what? It's the only way. It's the only way. Look, I'm doing something pretty audacious. Let's be honest. Where do I get off thinking that I'm just going to start a YouTube channel with zero, like, production value or anything behind it and just decide out of the frickin' blue to just say, yeah, I'm just going to be a play-by-play announcer for the Baltimore Orioles and I don't care. Like, what am I doing? I don't know. I'm just doing it. My kids watched your stream tonight too, Steve. Hey, well, I wish I knew I would have been on my better behavior. Notice I haven't read any commercials for any cider products tonight. Sleeping in death is not my... Oh, I'm not looking forward to it, Bill. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, I can't wait to expire. I just know that once it happens, I'll have plenty of time to rest. Right? For eternity. I mean, I don't know. After I had my heart attack, you know, between that and this other medical condition I'm living with, there comes a time where you get to that whole get busy living or get busy dying question. And your boy chose living. I can die whenever. I'm here to live. Try to have a little fun before I check out. And one thing I want before I check out, for the love of God, is an Orioles pennant At least. Give me a pennant. I swear, that's how little of greed I am. Yeah, I want to win the World Series. I want the Orioles to be the champions of the world. But just give me a pennant before I check out. And I can go to my deathbed like William Randolph Hearst and Citizen Kane, or Charles Foster Kane, and have my little rosebud moment on my deathbed. I can look back and go, at least my birds finally took a pennant. I'll feel better about the whole thing. This year, don't die before November. Thanks, David. Well, with help from viewers like you, maybe I won't die. Cantankerous says this is like the early days of television. He could also say it's a little bit like the early days of cable TV. People just did things. They went from unknown to famous by sticking with it. Cantankerous, fantastic comment. And I've always been that way. I'm a DIY kind of guy. And I know I'm living in an age now where that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense and doesn't lead to a whole lot of success. But I've always sort of just marched to the beat of my own drum. Believe me, it's burned a lot of bridges. It's closed a lot of doors. But I can also say I've done some pretty spectacular things that I'm proud of, you know. It might have not led to, you know, major awards or a huge bank account or anything like that, but that's not how your boy measures success. Success for me is finding a way to meet the needs in your life by doing something you love to do. And I'm willing to live on meager portions if it means doing what I love to do. That's fine with me. Am I about to miss a great comeback? Possibly, the man. I tell you what, if the Orioles come back and win this game, what do you want? I'll get my first tattoo. I am a tattooless person. I will get my first tattoo. You're not going to tell me what it is or where it's going, but I'll get one. A leg lamp. We get a penalty, then BW is a success story. Me, a success story? That's impossible. Do you hear violin music? The world's smallest violin playing just for me, yes. Look, you mean, am I on the Titanic? Am I hearing those violins? I don't think so. There's no sinking ship here. I'm doing well. All things considered. I'm living, I'm breathing. I mean, folks, I'll tell you something right now. Those that are here, because I got a feeling the only people here right now are loyal bird watchers that will allow me to be a little personable with you. You know, I am living with a medical condition that really does limit a lot of things that I can do, including work. And I'm just, you know, one of the major concerns I had when I started this channel, being on live and in the moment, 3 hours at a time, is that this condition that I have, it flares up at any time, and I'm sitting here perpetually worried, when is it going to happen while I'm on the air? And how's that going to go down? And are people going to be like, I don't want to, you know, it's a neurological thing, okay? It's a neurological thing. It's basically my nerves. David, you know about this, right? David's a friend that we go back. This actually didn't develop for me until probably a few years after I last saw David. But yeah, somewhere around the age of 33, 34, I developed trigeminal neuralgia. Trigeminal neuralgia. Anybody understand what that is? I'm looking for a tool right now. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so trigeminal neuralgia. Basically, you got your nerve, your base of your brain where your central nervous system is. The trigeminal nerve is the nerve that runs into your face. So anytime you got pain in your face, and we understand what nerve pain is for, it has a reason to exist. It's to let us know that, hey, you're in pain. That way, if you got your hand set down on the stovetop that's 500 degrees, it's going to hurt because it's trying to let you know, hey, you're burning your skin off, stupid. Move your hand. But unfortunately, your nervous system is only relying on these signals that it's given. And there's a blood vessel in my brain that is sort of unraveled out of place. And that blood vessel rubs up against that nerve from time to time. And when it does, it just sends the signal to my face. Like I'm getting stabbed with an ice pick to the face repeatedly for minutes, sometimes hours at a time. It is a nasty thing, but that's what it is. I got that out of the way on the channel, finally. Trigeminal neuralgia. Take a look. If you look up what the nickname for this thing is, it will give you an understanding of just how severe it is. I was going to ask if you had ancestors in the American Revolution, but then Googling Holland to remember I was thinking of Otha Holland Williams and not the last name Holland. Yeah, Fitzy, rain delay in a blowout game in the middle of the night. Just what your boy needed. Just what your boy needed. My wife says her friend has the same condition. It's tough. Okay, so somebody can confirm that, I'll tell you right now, it's called the suicide disease. And the reason why it's called the suicide disease is the extremely high suicide rate amongst people who have this condition, because it is, for most people, insufferable. I mean insufferable. But like I said, there was a time when your boy was just laying in a bed in the fetal position with this condition, with no idea of what to do or how to handle it, ready to just phone or to just cash in my chips. But I had that get busy or get living or get busy dying moment. I had it. And I was like, screw you, right? Pain is just a state of mind. So I've learned over the years how to sort of mentally put up with this thing. But it does control my day-to-day life. It does. It dictates everything. I can't tell you how many times I've set up a meeting or like to go out to hang out with friends, and I had to call them up last second and go, excuse me, I can't make it. Sorry. Can't. And then people are like, oh, well, you can't rely on that guy for anything. But yeah. That's the deal. But look, I'm sure a lot of you guys are dealing with a lot of stuff too. And if you're not dealing with something, you probably got somebody you love dealing with something. It's tough. Thanks, Bill. Narniak, is that true about Terrell Davis? Excuse me. The only celebrity, quote unquote, with trigeminal neuralgia that I've heard talk was, and this isn't really a celebrity for me, but it's a musician. I think he's from, God, what band is it? There's a musician in a band that's got it too, and he was on Joe Rogan's podcast maybe a couple of years ago now, bringing it up. The Orioles, Christina, are in terrible shape. They're down 7 runs, and we're in the middle. Yeah, Travis Barker. Thank you, David. Yep, that's who it is. How did you know it was Travis Barker? Like, how did you pull that with what little info I provided? What a great pull, David. Yeah, that's exactly who it is. All right, so there you go. Listen, folks, this is a condition. When I was diagnosed, when my neurologist told me what this was and that I had it, I had no idea what the hell this thing was. I had to go back and Google it. When I was first told, I'm like, well, what is it? I'm starting to get a breakdown, but I'm not really picking up on exactly what I'm dealing with. I go back home and I start looking into this, and I'm like, wow, this thing really is. This is a whopper right here. I got to deal with a whopper. Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, let me tell you guys something about trigeminal neuralgia. What I think is going on right now is that more and more people are getting it, and it is becoming more common. And I think it has something to do environmentally, particularly with technology. Because your boy has basically had his face in a screen or something in his ear, some sort of electronics going on all the time. And I have to wonder if that has something to do with it. I can no longer wear headphones. I cannot wear them. Actually, speaking for me helps, Bill. I'll tell you this about trigeminal neuralgia. Everybody's different. What triggers them, what helps them, the medications, the procedures to try to get rid of it. Like, everybody has got a different tale to tell. But for me, it actually helps because I start getting like lockjaw and stuff because I'm not speaking and I'm like grinding my teeth because I'm basically every muscle in my face is constricting. So when I'm talking, I'm sort of able to relax muscles and just move them more naturally rather than just sit there and have them straining like crazy. So yeah. Smoking is claimed to be a major trigger. Well, guess what? Your boy's had at least one lucky on air every game, and it hasn't triggered it on. Like I said, everybody's different. For me, you want to know what my number one trigger is, and it's one of the reasons why I moved out here. It's air pressure. And barometric pressure is a huge trigger for me. When the barometric pressure fluctuates drastically, that's when your boy really has it bad. And I can tell. I mean, there's days where I can just look at the sky and I know it's going to be a bad day because something's rolling in. And the worst part is when like there's clouds rolling in and there's the threat of rain, but it just holds in that perpetual state of almost rain. I'll tell you right now, that's the worst for me. That is the worst. Hey, they're rolling the tarp back up. All right. Hey, maybe we'll be back on here in another 15 minutes. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It's possible for the pain to improve or even disappear altogether for several months or a year at a time, period of remission. Yeah, and the thing, Bill, with trigeminal neuralgia, like there are procedures, mainly this thing where basically they drill a hole into your skull and wedge like a little Teflon pad between that blood vessel I'm talking about that's out of place, rubbing up against the nerve. They just cram a little Teflon pad between the blood vessel and the nerve. That way the friction no longer happens. They can't just sort of push the blood vessel back into place. But the deal is the success rate on a lot of these surgeries isn't that great. Not only do some people go right back to feeling the way they did within a year or two, some people come right out of surgery feeling no different. And it ain't cheap. Like a little electric tape over a short circuit. Yeah, pretty much, my friend. That's pretty much it. I've got a little short circuit up in the old brain there, and unfortunately, it's right next to a nerve. And it's one of those things, too. It controls every part of your day-to-day life. And, look, your boy's made a lot of mistakes in his life, a lot of bad decisions with how to take care of himself. So there's a lot of things I could point to that I could have wrong medically with me and sit there and go, yeah, it's your fault, stupid. What did you think would happen? Because you do this, this, and this. But this thing, ain't nothing I did wrong. Except maybe you have too many jobs involving in and around electronic devices too much. I don't know. Oh, God. I should be blind. Oh, by the way, one more thing about it. It only affects one side of your face. Get this. Imagine having just like a line drawn down the middle of your face like your Two-Face from Batman, where one side of your face is perfectly normal and the other side feels like, it's sitting in the electric chair. Oh, you don't have to pray every day for me. Pray every day for everybody. I mean, like I said, I understand. A lot of people are in their own boats dealing with stuff. I'm just letting you guys know about it because I felt like, again, sort of an intimate affair at this point. Rain delay and all. Your boy's sitting here 3 o'clock in the morning. Tell you what. You know what? Your boy's going against type. Your boy's going to break the rule. This is a rule-breaking kind of night. That should help. Hey, Pure. How much of that story did you hear? How you been, buddy? 3 a.m. Where are you? Thailand. 3:24 a.m. local time. Kate, you're at the game. Hey, Kate, how you doing? Kate, I don't think I've seen you before. How you doing? You're at the game right now? Kate, give us a update. The tarp is off? How close do they look to getting back underway at the ballpark? Couldn't ask for a better commentator. Hey, guys, you know what? As long as I'm being, vulnerable, I might as well be a little more vulnerable and get it all out of the way. You want to know what my number one anxiety is right now? Is that I feel like there is some natural talent to my play calling ability, but at the same time, I make so many mistakes and I don't enunciate words too well sometimes. They just slur together. And it's like, I guess you could be like, well, Harry Carey was barely decipherable by the time he was done. But, I mean, I go back and I'm listening to some things and I'm like, come on, Steve, you can't enunciate a little better. You can't. Like I noticed twice in a game recently, I said he's first pitch swinging, but it came out like first pitch swinging. Just like this slurred mess, garbled mess of I don't know. I wish I could. I need a little professional training for this, I think. I think I got the natural skill. I just need a little professional training. I do better than most of your fellow Americans with the language. Well, I mean, that's what you like about me. Thanks, Baxter. As a ball player, I won't just listen to anyone. Well, thank you, Bill. Yeah, guys, that's what I hope you guys pick up on. One is that I'm super genuine. I'm honest. I'm loyal to my team. I mean, to the bitter end. I live and die with the Orioles. There's no other thing in my life that I have the kind of loyalty to than I do the Orioles. I mean, I'm getting emotional right now when I say it that way. Maybe I should put the pot down. But it's true. I mean, it's true. I mean, life is difficult, okay? I've had a lot of obstacles pretty much from the jump, all right? Look, and again, I'm saying this knowing there's a lot of people out there with a lot of obstacles. I can't believe it. We're about to get underway. But by and large, folks, what has gotten your boy through a lot of tough times is baseball. It's the greatest invention in human history. I'm sorry. It's just the perfect balance of everything. Intelligence, athleticism, drama, the whole shebang. This sport and what it means, you know, to represent a city with your team and the community means a whole lot to me. I'm going to try to get through this without breaking up. We're about to get started here. Top of the 8th. Here's the situation. Runner at second base, nobody out. Albert Suarez, despite the layoff, is going to come right back out the pitch again. Once again, Albert Suarez, doesn't matter. When do you need me? Give me the ball. And before we see a first pitch, there's a time. Oh, the back gate right behind home plate is wide open, and they need to close that. Imagine a ball. Nobody knows how to close it? Does anyone know how? Okay, there you go. All right. Corbin Carroll helping with the maintenance of the ballpark. And now we can get started. First pitch, tagged, right field. Backing up Santander on the track makes the catch. Runner at second will tag up and move to third with only one out. So the Diamondbacks 90 feet away from getting to double-digit runs. Let me get you back to the scoreboard here. And again, folks, that little break in the action, unplanned, okay? Just your boy sort of talking off the cuff. Not going to be a normal thing. But, yeah. Listen, you guys mean a lot to me. Seriously, we're building friendships here and stuff. I hope so anyway. I get it. We might not meet in person ever. We might not hang out and have a beer, but when you're here with me, it feels like something. It's a good thing. Here's a 1-0 to Carroll, and that's in there for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Carroll 2 for 4 today. 9 runs on just 8 hits for the Diamondbacks. The Orioles 2 runs, 4 hits, and a couple of errors. 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Oh, boy. I live in North Carolina, and I'm still proud of my Orioles and the Ravens, but I live in North Carolina. Yeah, Christine, I lived in North Carolina for a while. I lived in Raleigh for a little bit and out over in Carborough, Chapel Hill area. Mainly rooming with old buddies from college, trying to relive my youth and going to a bunch of shows. And I tell you what, I'm the most immature 47-year-old out there. It's got to be said. Well, 46 and 11 months and 20-something days. Still 46. Here's a foul ball by Corbin Carroll. The count is 2-2. There's a runner at third. One away here in the top of the 8th after a rain delay. I mean, this really has been a game to forget. Pitch. Called. Strike 3. Suarez, bottom of the zone. Carroll didn't like the call, but come on, Corbin. You had a rain delay. Didn't you go back there and look at some of these calls? I mean, that is a strike. There have been a lot of pitches out of the zone called a strike today, dude. You can't complain about that one. Big strikeout for Suarez. That keeps the runner at third base, and now there's 2 out. Maybe we can keep this a 7-run game. Ketel Marte at the plate. First pitch is inside for ball 1. And the next offering from Suarez is reached for and fouled off to the left. Albert ahead of Marte. No balls and 2 strikes. This one's upstairs. 2-1. I'll say one more thing, folks, since I'm getting back into normal mode, but I want to sort of let you understand one of the reasons I live out here is so I can afford to take care of myself medically. It's just too gosh darn expensive in my own country. That's the deal. I know that might make some people unhappy to hear. But that's just the way it is. 3-1 the count on Marte. I mean, I love it out here. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel like I'm trapped out here. I love it out here. But fact of the matter is, healthcare is just too darn expensive in the United States of America. Sorry if that's a political statement. Didn't mean it to be one. 3-2 the count on Marte, and I'll just drop it at that, folks. I promise. I'm done. This one's reached for by Marte in the right center. Santander calls off the center fielder, Cowser, to make the catch, and the inning is over. So Suarez pitches a shutout inning, then has to sit through a rain delay for like an hour. Well, I mean, it wasn't an hour delay, but between the next half inning and then the delay, I mean, it was a long layoff. He comes back out and throws another scoreless inning. This is what I'm talking about with Albert Suarez. Jack of all trades. What do you need? He can do it for you. Whoo, boy. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for understanding. Again, I didn't want to. I should watch the way I word things. I love living out here. I'd love to be able to teleport, honestly. Can we just... Can Brundle... Can Dr. Brundle hurry up with that teleportation device? Work out the kinks? Because, I mean, I love it here, but I can't just take a quick jaunt on over to Baltimore for the weekend. I mean, it is a 36-hour travel, and that's only if you get lucky finding the changeovers only being a couple hours in between. It's a big trip. Yeah, and that's the thing about back in the States. It's like I can afford to live like in a rural area, but then I have to buy a car and maintain a car. And folks, your boy's just done with cars. To me, it's just a giant financial sinkhole. I would much rather live in a community where you don't need a car, where most things you need are within walking distance, or if you need to go somewhere far away, you just hire a cab or something at a reasonable rate. Like, I live 90 minutes away from Bangkok. I can get there for $5. You know what I'm saying? How far can you get with $5 in an Uber back in America? I don't know. But the point is, I just prefer it like this. I prefer where I can walk around to get what I need. Here's a ground ball by Henderson. First batter here in the bottom of the eighth. Third baseman has it. Suarez over to first in time. Gunnar is retired. So yeah, that's what I like. I like to live somewhere where I can just walk around. If I didn't have a job where I could work over my computer, I would prefer to live within walking distance of where I work. The whole commute thing, I can't. Here's a called strike to Rutschman. 0-1 the count on Adley. He's 1 for 3 today. I mean, a commute. You want to talk about a soul crusher. A daily commute. It is rough. This one's top of the zone. It looked like it had it, but it's going to go as ball 1. By the way, the sun is coming out here in Baltimore. The late afternoon sun. This one's inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, David. And Philly's not that bad either. That's why when I came back from Thailand the first time around, I was looking at Baltimore too. It just so happened that I had a friend living in Philly that had a place. So I figured why not go to Philly for a little bit, because I didn't plan on being there permanently. 2-1. This pitch is a called strike on the inside edge. That was really this umpire. 2 pitches in this at bat. A ball that was called a strike and a strike that was called a ball so far. This one's in the dirt, and the count will run full on Rutschman. 1 away, base is empty. Ryan O'Hearn is on deck. And hey, the sun is out. Here's the payoff pitch. This one is fouled off to the left. Have you heard anyone call it Thailand? Ha 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 ha. Yeah. And I never hear any ladyboy jokes while I'm over here. Never happens. Here's the 3-2. This one is fouled away. Folks, Thailand's fantastic. I mean, everyone's got their own tastes, you know, so it might not be for you. But there are definitely some appealing things about being out here. I feel safe. I feel this one's hit on the ground. Second base, Marte will only be a couple of feet away from Walker by the time he throws it to him. Rutschman is retired, 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. It's not a joke. I have a friend that thought it was pronounced that way because of the TH. Yeah. So he's never, I don't know. Like he didn't play Street Fighter? Wasn't there a Street Fighter character from Thailand? This one's popped up. O'Hearn, first pitch. Foul ground. Suarez, long run, and he drops it. Suarez, he made the effort. It was a long run to get there, but by the time he got to the ball, it seemed like he wanted to make it look casual with a basket catch, and it hit off his wrist. Yeah. The other Suarez made a mistake. This one's hit on the ground. Shortstop. And it's off the bag. The throw is off the bag, and O'Hearn will reach safely. Newman with an error. Newman. Yeah, really. Now we're even on errors now. Now we don't have to sit there and look at the error part of the scoreboard and feel completely terrible because we're even now. 2 errors apiece. Mountcastle takes inside for ball 1. 2 down, a runner at first. Pitch. Ooh, man, that was a nasty one. Did you see the late little tailing movement on that last pitch from Bowman there? Man, that was filthy. 1-1 the count. Another pitch just like it, a little lower, and Mountcastle's able to foul it away. So late on that tailing movement. I mean, how can he possibly pick it up? You just have to already make up your mind without seeing it happen that it's going to happen. Because that is ridiculous. Outside corner called, strike 3. Again, extra wide zone today. At least when the umpire feels like it. I don't know. It's been pretty inconsistent. There you go. Mountcastle's down on strikes. We go to the 9th inning, folks. Man, oh man, oh man. This can go down as the biggest dud of the season. But hey, we're a quarter of the way into the season to get a dud like this. If I only have to sit through 3 more of these for the next 120-something games, I'll take it. I'll take 3 ones like this for 119 interesting ones. Who do you think is getting deactivated when Means Rodriguez? Well, Means is already back. So you mean when Rodriguez returns? Well, it's not going to be Perez. I mean, Ballman would probably be first in line, but the guy just came off 2 1/3 scoreless. You know? Who do I think? Well, in terms, I mean, we have to think about lefty. Let's see. First of all, we have to see what they're going to do about the rotation, because Brandon Hyde has already said himself that they might go with a 6-man rotation. We got to have Albert Suarez on the team, period. Here's what I'm thinking. If we go to a 6-man rotation, Albert Suarez is going to sort of be our long man. We're going to need at least a couple lefties. For me, that's CNL Perez and Danny Coulombe. Couple of righties, Cano, Jacob Webb. You got Kimbrel still in the mix, whether you like it or not. And then what do we got? Room for one more? Who am I missing? We got Keegan Aiken, right? I guess Keegan Aiken could kind of be on the chopping block, because we've got a few lefties. You got Aiken, especially if Means winds up. Let's say if Means goes back into the bullpen at some point. I mean, you're talking Coulombe, Perez, Aiken, Means. That's a lot of lefties. You know? So, yeah, maybe Ballman is not as established as Aiken. Maybe people would just think, in a head-to-head without considering everything else. You send Ballman down, but maybe just with the lefties we got, maybe it's Aiken. I don't know. We'll see. This one is fouled back by Randall Grichuk, leading off the bottom of the ninth. Grichuk, forgive me, already in a 2-2 count. You're lucky. Hey, thanks, Bill. Here's a swing and a miss. And down goes Grichuk. So Suarez, I told you he was out here to mop up. This is his 3rd inning of work with a rain delay in between. I tell you what, Albert Suarez, get this man a greeting card. I can't say it enough. You're lucky with only 3 or 4 duds a year. Here in Toronto, we get 3 or 4 duds a week. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just a little tougher when, it's 3:45 in the morning and you've just sat through a rain delay. This pitch is off the plate for ball 1. Who do we got up here? Is this, we might be making, is that Walker? This one's fouled. Yeah, Walker at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Justin Martinez getting loose, right-hander for the Diamondbacks. We saw him on Friday night. He throws hard. This one's grounded to the left side. Urias steps in front of Henderson, makes the play over to first in time, and there are 2 down here in the top of the ninth. I think the 6 are Burns, Bradish, Rodriguez, Means, Kramer, and Irvin. Yeah, Tyler Wells is really the only one. I mean, Suarez isn't going to be back in the rotation, I don't think, unless, it's a spot start because of an injury or something else. Just because of how versatile he is. I mean, the only other person to really throw in the mix is Tyler Wells, but he's not too close to returning yet. And again, with already those 6 that you talk about there, B. Ravens, I don't think Tyler Wells is going to make it back into the rotation either when he's healthy. It would, again, take other injuries before that would happen. I don't know how I feel about a 6-man rotation. Because what you're doing is basically sacrificing a bullpen arm to add the rotation, and now everybody's only pitching once every 6 days. It feels like you're kind of, making things more difficult on your bullpen. This one is grounded to first. Mountcastle will scoop it up and take it to the bag to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth. Who's got 7 runs in them? How about 8? Do I hear 8? In fact, I don't want 7. If this thing goes extra innings, And then I know I'm cursed. Or blessed. I don't know. One of the two. People are saying things and I'm not sure what they're in response to. Because I think my eyelids are starting to burn. It's getting to that part of the night. I could use some water. Man, oh man, oh man. Has anyone tried any Dickens cider recently? Dickens cider. Yeah, how well would my Dickens cider skit gone over if I brought that up like when we were down 9-1? Hey everybody, I've got a fun little skit for you. Oh, do you, BW? Do you? I'm not in the mood. Read the room. All right. Heads hanging low in shame today. 6 starters, too much rest between. You ever want to get back out? Yeah, I don't like the 6-man rotation idea. I just don't. Again, my number one thing is you're taking out a bullpen arm. And we've already seen several times in the first month and a half. Things can add up quickly to where it's like, shoot, we don't have a guy, with at least a little bit of rest to go to right now. What'd you have last night, Janet? Again, my short-term memory is at an all-time low. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. Hey, thanks, Aaron. What, did the game end already? Aaron, if you stuck around this long, why would you leave when we're at bat? You just sat through the top half of this inning? Might as well see what happens here. Santander at the plate. First pitch right down the middle for a strike. 99 miles an hour from Martinez. All right, here we go. This one's lifted foul off to the left. Santander with a golf swing. That pitch about 2 inches off the ground. 0-2 is upstairs. Hey, I'm here, aren't I? There's no better evidence of me not giving up than the fact that I'm here right now. Telling you what's happening on a 1-2 pitch to Santander. It's in the dirt. And the count's 2-2. That's the other reason why this BirdWatcher community is going to grow. Because the guy leading the charge is a guy that doesn't give up. I'm the guy you need, people. This one's hit on the ground. First base, Walker. Sure-handed as usual. Will take it to the bag himself to retire Anthony Santander. Oh, I've seen that, Fox. Yeah, I saw, I was looking for a live stream of another game, and I saw the runtime. I'm like, wait a minute, how did this game end that fast? And then I looked at it. Yeah, dude was like, well, I've got dinner plans. And I'm like, what? You mean to tell me, here's a check swing appeal, and Westburg apparently went around. 0-1 the count on Jordan Westburg. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 9th, down 7. And, this dude just bailed on his stream with the game on. And I'm like, people came in here and invested their time to sit with you, and now what do they do? 1-1 the count on Westburg. This is low. 100 miles an hour. That's that hard stuff I'm talking about. My friend, don't you go anywhere. Pitch, reached for and fouled off to the right by Westburg. There's a song you won't hear me singing. I'm not sure if I'm capable of getting whiny and nasally enough to reach those notes. This one's low and away. Oh no, my friend is singing Oasis in chat. That's when you know we've hit rock bottom. Oh boy, here we go. A full count to Westburg inside, ball 4. And Jordan Westburg, folks, he doesn't care. He doesn't care we're down 7 runs with 1 out in the 9th. Every at-bat counts. He works a walk. Here comes Cowser. When Austin Hayes returns, who do you think is getting deactivated between McKenna and Kjerstad? I mean, it's McKenna. McKenna was pretty much brought up as a like-for-like replacement, a right-handed hitting outfielder, which is the only Hayes was the only one we had. Everybody else is either a switch hitter like Santander or a lefty. So I would assume Hayes comes back, McKenna goes on back down. We cut McKenna outright at the end of spring training, and nobody picked him up. And then he just came on back to the farm. And then we called him up here again. So if we cut him, it's business as usual. Cowser's got an 0-2 count. This one's in the dirt. 1-2. You talking to me? You talking to me? Hey, Ryan, thank you. I saw that. Thank you, Ryan. Janet's still hanging out. Janet, fantastic stuff. Hey, Janet, by the way, if you ever need some time off from your mod duties there, let me know. I understand it's a slog, you know? This one's fouled off. 1-2 the count. This one's hit a soft liner to second, and they're going to double up Westburg at first. Folks, probably the most fitting ending to this ball game. Westburg gets doubled off the first base bag after Cowser hits a soft liner to second to win the ball game. Man, just did not have it today, people. Not today. Not today. Let me tell you the good things, all right? I'm going to talk. We already know about the bad things. Let's talk about the good things. First of all, if we can figure out a way for Dean Kramer to just not have that one little blip in a start. He's so good when he's on, man. 10 Ks. He was cruising there at the beginning. And how about Albert Suarez? All right, again, I'm going to look for something positive. 3 innings of shutout baseball. His ERA is under 2, and all he does is pitch whenever we ask him to. That's all he does. So he gets my Player of the Game award. Adley Rutschman had a home run. That's about it. Okay, guys? So one more time. Where was that? I had it up already. I should have just left it up. Should be over here, I guess. Where's that schedule? Where's that schedule? And the Yankees won today, right? So, look, folks, again, we're still in first place, all right? We're still only, we still got 2-game advantage in the loss column. Tomorrow, folks, 6:35 p.m., first pitch, 6:25 p.m., your boy goes on the air. Corbin Burns on the mound against Jose Barrios. Hey, 7. Did I even? 10 subs today, folks. 10. We got to double-digit new subs. I'll take it. Ugh, God. Wow. All right, guys, especially for everybody that's here to the bitter end, if you sat with me through that rain delay, we talked about a few things. Things got a little bit off brand, but you know what I learned tonight with this loss? You know what I learned? Is that I got some really amazing people in the Charm City chat. And I just want to go ahead and shout you guys out, honestly. You guys are aces, all right? We got a long season coming up. Here's what I want you guys to do to help out the BirdWatcher, okay? Tell somebody. Tell somebody. We're getting at the point now where we need to start vocalizing. If you ever go out to the ballpark, just be like, hey, you ever heard of this guy, the BirdWatcher? Who's that? I don't know. Let me tell you about him. He's the next big thing in Baltimore sports. And he doesn't even live here. He's on the other side of the planet. It doesn't make any sense, but it works. All right, guys. Get on out there. Get to the ballpark, by the way, if you can. Tomorrow, 6:25, I'll be on the air. Can't wait to see you again. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. This has been the BirdWatcher. I'll chirp at you later. Take care, everybody.